rebounds for 3. AJ Hawk, $5,000. USA! USA! USA!
The following program is a collection of stooges talking about happenings in the sports world. It is meant to be comedic informative. The opinions expressed on this show do not necessarily reflect the beliefs of their peers, their boss, or ESPN. There may be some cuss words because that's how humans in the real world talk. If you are young, please seek permission before watching any further.
Hey!
Why?
Let's go!
This show stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for.
McAfee on the line with a gorgeous assist.
The all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers.
You pink!
Damn it! Be a friend, tell a friend something nice could change their life. Hello, beautiful people, and welcome to our humble abode, the Thunderdome, on this big sports Wednesday, May 6, 2026. This program begins now. Sports are the greatest, and playoffs are happening every single night in the NBA and the NHL and keeping us wildly entertained. And we can't thank the athletes out there doing it enough for everything that they're putting on the line. Even some guys, okay, Mr. Vanderbilt for the Lakers last night, 4 years on the team, mostly a defensive specialist, in a game one against Oklahoma City, in Oklahoma City, getting their asses beat, actually dislocates his pinky so much that it pops out of his skin, and the Oklahoma City team sees it and get immediately disgusted. What do you got? Oh, jeez. We got all the boys, the lads in the back saying, oh, that's disgusting. Now we're hearing, obviously, that he's going to have to get that stitched up, obviously put the bone back in the skin. But that's possible at any time that any of these players' injuries, obviously, can be much worse than just a pinky popping out of their skin. But that is certainly something that is very gruesome and disgusting. So we appreciate what all these guys are going through every single night for us to be entertained in the sports world. The NHL swinging a hot bat, and guess what? The hottest bat of them all might be in Colorado over there. This Mile High team in the Avalanche, they're bigger, stronger, tougher, and better than you.
Yep.
I mean, that's just what they are. Wow. Coming into the Stanley Cup playoffs, everybody that knew hockey, which is obviously not who we are claiming to be the super-duper hockey experts. But everybody that is deemed hockey experts go, I mean, that's just tic-tac-toe right there in the play. That's against a very good Minnesota Wild team. They're just basically playing with them, toying with them. That's goal, everybody's goal. McKinnon's killing people and also scoring goals. This team coming into the playoffs is being talked about as maybe being one of the best in the history of hockey with how great they are, with the run that they can go on. And they're proving to do just that. They are pounding teams. And it's not just scoring more goals. It's not just scoring more goals. It's beating the shit out of them. Here's Quinn Hughes, obviously American legend. We appreciate him. That's McKinnon, star of the Colorado Avalanche, obviously superstar. Quinn Hughes lost an edge a little bit there, but let's look at this one here. And night. That's down 5-2, the Minnesota Wild guy. Getting bodied off the thing by the star of the other team late in the game. It's just like this Avalanche team is rude. This Avalanche team is strong, and this Avalanche team will actually go ahead and bang! Bunch of ref right in the head as well. It is a Avalanche run, kind of like an avalanche happening in the NHL playoffs. It'll be exciting to see who can keep up with them. The NBA obviously always delivering. We have Gary Bettman, the NHL commissioner. Kendrick Perkins joining us today. Cam Young, PGA champion multiple times now this season, obviously an absolute superstar. And Pete Crow Armstrong of the Chicago Cubs joining us. So we have a pretty big little sports day here, and we're thankful for it all. Also, Junior Rap Sheet will be joining us here in a matter of moments because there's big NFL news. Let's go to the Toxic Table at Boston Connor and Toxic Tone. Con Man, playoffs delivering every single night. Always having a little bit of controversy as well. You know, always a little controversy. Last night, LeBron James was facing his biggest underdog spread in the history of him playing the playoffs. 15.5 points. And I thought to myself, as somebody that is a LeBron supporter, has been since the beginning, LeBron's going to war right now. The biggest he's ever, had to kind of take on. I'm going to ride with him. Okay, why not? I never know if this will happen again. I'm going to ride with him. Then the other thought was I just watched the Knicks just absolutely pummel a team. And this Oklahoma City team has kind of been a team that is not scared to kind of pummel a team. And would this Lakers team get pounded by this Oklahoma City team? There's certainly a chance that could happen. Is LeBron about to lose by more than 15.5? I don't care. I'm riding with him. So I ride with LeBron, plus 15.5. I also bet on Shea to have at least 25 points because he scores 20 points literally in his sleep.
Every game, yeah.
What happens? Shea doesn't score 20 points for the first time since he's 12 years old or something like that. I forget the number. Years. It's been forever since he's done it, so I lose that bet. LeBron plus 15.5? No, nowhere near.
Nowhere
near. Shea scores 18 points, and they just pummel the Lakers. LeBron was asked afterwards, like, hey, how do you think you keep up with this team? He goes, I mean, let's just be honest. Luka Doncic is Luka Doncic because he scores more points than anybody else. He averages like 37. We don't have 37 points. Do you know what this game would look like if we had 37 more points out there? That would certainly be great. But the thought about the conversation about this Oklahoma City team is, obviously, J.J. Redick attempted to eliminate SGA. Every basketball person that we talked to this morning was like, J.J. Redick is a little bit of an extremist. He's certainly going to do what he has to do to try to eliminate. The rest of the Oklahoma City team absolutely dominated, Con Man. And you ended up picking, I believe, Oklahoma City minus 15.5 whenever you were push come to shove to Gamba a little bit, I think. And you looked up what happened in the regular season between these two teams. This might be a no more type series here, and I don't like that at all, Con Man.
Yeah, you're referencing the 4-0. OKC was 4-0 against the Lakers in the regular season, and their average margin of victory was like 29.9 points, so 30 points. They were basically beating the brakes off of the Lakers consistently. Luka Doncic, you mentioned, I believe he got hurt actually against OKC in the last game that they played against one another. Now the whole 37 points is a difference. We're missing Luka Doncic. Definitely huge. I saw yesterday they were talking about Donovan Mitchell being number 2 in playoff points per game, every single year, whatever, all time. And Luka Doncic is actually 4th. So it is a massive loss. OKC's also dealing with their second best player, Jalen Williams, being out. That's huge. You think about that. So both teams a little banged up. But yeah, this is why the NBA playoffs are just different than the NHL playoffs. The NBA playoffs, we're talking about the greatest basketball player of all time getting the doors blown off his team by the Oklahoma City Thunder. That doesn't really happen very often.
Can you put a pause there real quick? You just said with an exclamation point.
He did.
Foxy, did you hear that?
The greatest of all
basketball
time.
player of all time. Let's go to 9-year NFL vet, Darius J. Butler here joining us. D-Butt, you look incredibly cool. Great week. Appreciate you traveling up here as always.
I love it.
Connor just, I believe, kind of
put a stamp on it.
He did. He kind of just put his flag down.
What
in
are we
LeBron
talking about? I don't know why we're doing this. I've never been a Jordan or LeBron guy, but when it comes to just basketball as a whole, he's the only guy that's top 10 in every single category.
D-Buck, Connor's just saying the same thing that Kyle Hamilton's saying. Baltimore,
Sure, boom.
It's sad. Some people will leave this earth and not think LeBron is the greatest. Got to be like living life in black and white. Yeah, there's a lot of upgrades. Now they got 8K, 9K. He's saying, hey, you're talking real old school if we're not talking about this guy being the greatest. I would like to let everybody know I do not participate in this particular debate strictly because I think they're playing two different sports.
I think
they're playing two different
I feel
sports.
like you participated a lot over the last week or so.
I think the sport that was being played, that Michael Jordan completely changed. Completely evolved, flipped on its head. Certainly by far, absolute dog in the history of dogs. I think he's the greatest in that particular game.
Okay.
This guy, I do not have memories really without this guy being the best player to ever walk. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I'm 39. I got my second child on the way. Okay, I'm into a second career, pretty deep into this thing.
Yeah.
This guy is still doing it.
Amen.
I don't know how. The most playoff games, the most points, the most this, the most that, but he doesn't have Michael Jordan's killer instinct. And he can't do what MJ did. I haven't seen him go cradle underneath the thing, and it's like, okay, are we nitpicking everything? Two different sports. LeBron would have been great back then. Jordan would have been great now.
Right now, yeah.
Greatest of each sport.
Same sport.
Sport that I'm alive for to
Different
watch.
eras.
LeBron's definitely the guy. Last Dance did not help. I had a lot of people tweeting me telling me that I need to watch Last Dance and learn basketball a little bit about what Michael Jordan did. And it's like, really? Do I need to do that? Because I saw some misses. I had never seen those before from Michael Jordan. I'd only seen the makes. I had never seen a single miss.
Exactly.
And I was seeing some of the other people that he was playing against, and they were dribbling that ball as if they were on the Harlem Globetrotters as the highest dribblers in the history of dribbling basketballs. I mean, it was tough for me. They would both be great. They're both the greatest.
I'm on the fence.
They're both the greatest.
There's eras.
Yeah.
We can go all the way back.
fault.
And I wear Jordans every day
I don't
of my
know why
life.
we're doing this. This is
your
not
fault.
the point.
You said it.
This is not the
It's
point
your
of
fault.
anything.
You said
But if we're
it.
going to talk goats, we should go all the way back to Bob Cousy. We shouldn't just go to
Yeah, it should be eras.
We should go all the way
Greatest.
to the 50s, Cousy, then Russell. Then, of course, the Mikan. How can we leave out the Mikan drill? Then we can go to
George
Dr. Dre
Mikan?
and Magic Johnson and Larry Bird. But really, if we're talking about greatest of all times, it's hard to put anybody above Bob Cousy just because of what he
No,
did.
you already
for the
already
game of
say
ball.
you already did
if
your
we're
entire
doing,
thing.
I'm doing everything. Usually it's just LeBron, Jordan. If we're including everybody, Bob Cousy, baby. And you can throw in Bill Russell there, too, because he won 11 titles.
Okay, I'm surprised you didn't try to sneak in Bird, too, just because you smoked cigs in between.
Well, Larry,
Larry's saying a lot of stuff.
Yeah, we've learned a lot about Larry.
Larry's putting up Bron numbers before Bron, but with
Boom.
that being said, 41 years old, he still kind of did his part last night. Look, the team is overwhelmed, but it's the other guys. We always talk about the other guys. You talked about
We talk about the other guys a lot,
JJ
don't
Redick
we?
and how he tried to take or limit SGA, but the other guys were hitting a bunch of shots. That was not the case for the Lakers. Austin Reeves didn't really show up. Aiden had a double-double, but he wasn't really impactful. Rui kind of did his thing. They missed a ton of open shots. And look, this is just a better team. It's the reason why they were 15.5-point dogs. They'll win this series in commanding fashion.
Is SGA flopping? I'm seeing a lot of theatrics. I'm seeing a lot of theatrics.
That ain't a question.
There's a bucket getter.
5-12. First quarter. Okay. Now, Brick
Get it.
Center, I do believe, on X certainly took some liberties on what was a flop, what was not a flop, what was maybe over-dramatized. But a lot of it was happening in the first quarter. It felt like the tone was being set by SGA to maybe try to get a call. Maybe they wouldn't give him a call. So then the internet went crazy. I think there was maybe a few floppity flops throughout the game by SGA. But I think there's also a lot of he just lets people know that a foul just happened. He's pretty dramatic.
Yeah.
He is pretty.
It's kind of the league. It's the league today.
He's zany with it.
He's got a lot of pizzazz on his fouls. I think actual fouls though. After watching him live last year, and I keep saying this all the time, and I'm just trying to put into perspective how TV versus real life works. It's hard for me to act like SGA getting fouls is the reason why he's good. Whenever you watch him in real life, and it's just like this guy. This guy's everywhere all the time, and he's so good at basketball. And he's so smooth. Yeah. But I think he is a little bit over-dramatic on the actual fouls. Because Brick Center put one out where the guy clearly hits him clearly hits him in the elbow, but then he does a full, like a full.
Gotta make sure they see it.
Exactly. So I think there is a little bit of embellishment potentially happening, which I think is a soccer thing that happens as well. But I think SGA gets falsely accused of being a free throw merchant because they think all his embellishment are flops, if that makes sense. I think personally.
And just people, I think, universally know how good he is, and they get more upset at the fact that he doesn't have to do that stuff, I think. Like you mentioned the Brick Center, there's multiple in that video that were fouls. For sure, but people who just watch it, it's another reason to pile on him. I think the majority.
That's because he's flailing.
Yeah, he's well, that stuff. But Embiid, we see it damn near every night. People do that. Like both teams argue about the other team doing it to them. But it's more so just like, hey, SGA, we know you don't need to do this. So that's why people get so upset about it.
SGA, you play your game, bub. They're in the middle of a dynasty right now.
Yes.
Right. And they are very, very good at the basketball. Let's pivot away from the NBA, which we'll talk to Kendrick Perkins here in about 15 minutes. Can't wait to catch up with Big Perk. We appreciate the fact that he's joining us today. And the NBA has been awesome. Like, it has been a lot of fun. The NHL has been crushing it. And the NFL always staying alive. Big news kind of broke yesterday quietly via Seifert tweet alongside Kalen Kaler. The negotiations between the NFL and the NFL Referees Association have progressed far enough that the union has scheduled a ratification vote on Thursday night. And they're not scheduling a vote for no reason.
No,
they think this is a vote that could potentially get passed. Now, will there be bickering amongst the Refs Association and maybe a vote does not come back yes? Possibly. I guess anytime you have a vote, that is certainly possible. But I don't think this Refs Association is one that is dissected much. They are... They are a tight bunch. So if they are putting it to a vote, I assume they've already made that decision. Congratulations to all football fans, if that is the case. To give us more information, ladies and gentlemen, joining us now, junior NFL insider at ESPN, senior NFL insider at NFL Network. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for Deuce, Ian Rapoport. What up, Junior?
I mean, come on. I also like how last time we spoke, you guys were debating Kobe and LeBron and Jordan, and now I come on, you're still debating LeBron and Jordan. Is this every time before I come on?
Welcome to ESPN, baby. Welcome to ESPN.
Welcome to the family.
Hey, great to have you. Hey, great to have, do you have any thoughts?
Is the next segment going to be how Micah doesn't get any calls? Because that's really like dating back to his Cowboys days, plus Packers, plus ref controversy. I feel like that's sort of the next level of discussion debate.
We'll see whenever we get to that. It's right around the corner for sure.
But he still plays the Cowboys.
But LeBron's 41 now, warranted of conversation. And I think a lot of people that have sat on these particular microphones haven't been of the age that we are. Like, I'm 39 years old. LeBron's older than me. So I have grown up much like how a lot of other sports media people grew up with Jordan as somebody they were a fan of. So I do think we come from a different perspective. But on that note, people do love watching it, we've learned. I mean, there is just...
Watching...
the Jordan, LeBron.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the internet stuff. Internet reactions are just immediate number. Like, immediate...
I thought it was the opposite.
It literally happens. I would say, just speak for my group chats, it happens a lot.
Yeah, dude, it's an immediate buzz, which is why it became the thing. But we're not going to continue to do that.
Nope.
We're done with
we
it.
didn't mean to.
You!
Both times we didn't mean
You!
to. No. No.
The greatest basketball player on planet Earth in the history of planet
Just
Earth.
kept rolling.
I mean, that's because I thought it was just kind of a matter of fact. I wasn't even bringing it up.
Exactly, which does become a whole thing. And I don't want to get into it.
I didn't mention
Rap's
Jordan.
in a car. Rap's in a car. He's got somewhere to go.
Got a lunchy on.
Thankfully, he is not driving. Please tell Miss Leah we say thank you for the time here. All right, let's talk about the refs.
They say thanks.
Big Pop. Hi, Miss Leah. Good to see you. Thank you so much for the time. I'm sure you don't feel like you're just wasting life away right now, so we will get to this as quickly as possible. The NFL Ref Association putting this to a vote on Thursday night. We believe, because of how tight the Refs Association has proven to be over the years, this means that this is something that is passing. This is a huge, huge piece of information as we look ahead to the next season, because with the replacement refs of the past, it became state fair football. And with how popular the game is, where the league is trying to go, and everything else we got going on, especially with sports gambling and the amount of money being wagered and everything that's taken place, the replacement refs, I think, would have been a detrimental blow to the NFL and its steam that it has going on. I think it's a big deal. Tell me how we got here, Rap, and tell me what you think this means.
I agree with you. I think this is a really, really big deal. And, it's weird because you have some topics like we just discussed that are hot button and people have to get into it, have to weigh in, this is sort of not one of them. You said, you used the word quietly when you talk about the break of this yesterday. I would agree because people are like, okay, well, it's going to get done. Yes, I do think eventually it will get done. The real story would have been if it had not gotten done, what kind of disaster would it have been for all the reasons you mentioned? It certainly seems like it's headed toward ratification. And you're right. If the Ref Association is scheduling a vote, you got to believe that they have supreme confidence that there's going to be a deal that their members are going to ratify. And as far as what this all means and kind of, looking forward, I would say it represents a pretty good investment from the NFL and from the owners in officiating, in training, in development, in, sort of using the referees more than just on Sundays or Thursdays and Mondays during the season, making better use of them during mini camp, during joint practices, during training camp, sort of, shortening the amount of dead time that they have and just getting them on the field to work. And I think that's something, just more reps is better. And I think that's something that's going to help. The other thing that I wouldn't be surprised to see is a little more focus on sort of accountability and less on seniority, right? More of a focus on if you are good, you will get rewarded.
Hell yeah.
And we will see it. And if not, then we will not see you as much and you will not have as many high-profile assignments. So I think those are sort of the hot button important points here is that this is going to lead to better officiating, which is good.
Okay, so the NFL wanted all those things. They wanted accountability. They wanted off-season work. They wanted a little bit more of that. The NFL Ref Association, I believe they wanted more money. I believe that was a part of the negotiation. We can assume that both sides probably put their swords down for a little bit of an agreement. And do we expect the NFL Ref Association to come out of this very, very happy and excited about what the new day could be alongside technology and development in the offseason, or is this going to be like a process of weeding out all the old refs that are going to hate everything about this and a newer class of refs that are kind of coming through?
Now, there has been some, I would say over the last maybe 4 or 5 years, there has been some weeding out of older refs or refs that haven't been, nothing related to age, but refs that have not been performing in a way that they wanted. So we've sort of already seen that. I would expect the Referees Association, considering how much sort of drama was in this, how much angst and frustration all the way through, once you get to a point where you're on the cusp of a deal, I would expect both sides to be pretty happy. But, this has been stressful. I started calling around yesterday when I started hearing this before Seifert and Kalen scooped me. And
get owned.
I know, right? I know. Nobody would talk about it because they were kind of don't want to mess it up, don't want to do anything to spook it or jinx it. I think everyone's in a good place. I think they just want to get it done, and it is extremely good for the game that it will get done.
I think it is extremely good for the game. Shout out to the refs getting it done before the deadline. Okay, that's them wanting the game to get better as well, especially if they're being tasked with becoming more accountable, which no group wants to contractually sign to. I don't think that is something that necessarily a union wants to sign up for, especially when they haven't really had it for a long time. So thank you to the refs for getting that deal done. And also shout out to the NFL for getting a deal done, understanding that this is a big deal. I think the money is going to I think there's probably going to be a little bit of a, if I had to guess, I think those refs probably got a good bit of more money, if I had to guess.
I would assume.
And the good thing
probably
is none of us will care. Nope. As long as they're getting better and the accountability is real. And I think that's what the NFL probably realized whenever they were negotiating. It's hey, if we have to tell the owners that we're paying the refs this amount of money, but the game's going to get better and the fans aren't going to care either way. Actually, kind of a good thing. We do this. Way to get a deal done. That could have been a disaster.
Nightmare.
A disaster.
Yep.
Last time was not great.
AJ was on the field for that Fail Mary up there. I mean, that was just one play that people remember. That was every play, every down in the NFL, because there's so many things. Putting the ball on the right hash or the left hash or in the middle or the yardage marker or spotting things or what ball's in the game, whose balls are in the – I mean, just so many – just the logistical bullshit that is not even a real thing. That's every play. And then obviously in the NFL, professional football, if the ball's on the left hash as opposed to the right, there's probably a different play call potentially. So then the ball is supposed to be on the left hash. We're calling a play in. Well, actually the ball is now on the right hash. Now look, how is the ball on the right hash? Then somebody calls down. Yeah, it should be on the left hash. Got to stop the thing. Hey, we're going over to the left hash. That's second down now. Okay, that's the second play of the game. I mean, that's just one thing. And with the eyes and everything, with how the league is viewed, thank God they got. Way to go over there, Rod.
Good work, everybody.
Way to go, refs.
Great job.
All right, let's talk about some other deals that could potentially be lingering. Obviously, there's a lot of big-name free agents still available, but it feels like one name of interest could have got a little bit more interesting. Yesterday, Stefon Diggs was found not guilty on all of his charges in a very public court case that was taking place from his chef. Stefon Diggs has to feel very vindicated after everything that we saw in this particular situation and case. Obviously, it was very, very public. I assume there was a lot of people watching to learn what the details were on this around NFL teams to see where we're at, what we're at. What does this mean for Stefon's career, you think, as free agency looms? And I saw him back on a treadmill already on his IG story.
Always working.
Yeah, I mean, he has, from the beginning, maintained his innocence, talked to agent, lawyer. Like, they have been adamant to wanting to fight this because they have firmly believed that he is not guilty for a variety of reasons. Like, it will come out. And then he had his day in court and found not guilty, basically exactly like they said. I would say this. He's 32 or 33, still very good, still very productive. There's a lot that goes into signing him, but I think he showed last year with the Patriots with a really good team. Now, you know, the off-the-field stuff, obviously that got handled, but as a player, it seemed like it went well. Like, you know, there can be a lot for him, and I think there's been a couple places where maybe he's worn out his welcome. In the right situation, it seemed like it went well, and he was good and productive and reliable. So I would imagine the teams who were waiting for this have gotten the kind of answer that they had hoped, and I would expect him to have a pretty good market because, like, you look around and how many game-changing receivers are there? I mean, no disrespect to a lot of those players. I mean, there still can be some guys who make an impact, but, like, he's got to be close to the top of the list among really healthy players. Tyreek Hill would be in the same category, obviously not healthy yet, but this was a very good day for Stefon Diggs, no doubt.
And Connor thinks maybe he comes back to the Patriots, especially with the June 1 trade potentially lingering with A.J. Brown. Who knows what the deal would look like for Stefon Diggs after last year with the Patriots or elsewhere. He's always in the best shape. He recovered from an injury with no problem. Let's talk. You mentioned Tyreek Hill there. Tyreek's been obviously a topic of conversation, maybe going back home for a reuniting of sorts. D-Bud has a question for you.
Yeah, Diggs had a miraculous healing almost. It seems like the same thing is going on with Patrick Mahomes out in Kansas City. Any update with the Chiefs quarterback, Patrick Mahomes?
So they're going to have OTAs in pretty soon, actually. And I wouldn't be surprised, based on the words of Andy Reid, if he's out there, right? It's ACL, it's LCL. The Chiefs have an excellent medical and training staff, so they're going to make sure that if he is on the field, he is out of harm's way and he's okay. The thing I would say is, you know, rehab sucks, and players hate it, and it's miserable. And to allow him to be on the field is a little bit of a reward for the work he's done. Now, he has been working, like surgery immediately, in the next day for 7 hours. Like, he has been working. So this feels to me like the team is like, you know what? You have earned the right to be on the field for OTAs. What I would say is this does not necessarily mean that he's going to be on the field when the season starts. That is all very different. And that's really more like medical and training, like milestones where he hits them. If he is not on the field, I think this team will be okay. And obviously trading for Justin Fields, they prepared for this. But either way, whether he's on the field in September or whether he's on the field in October, he's still not going to be 100,000% like he was. So they're still going to have to like run the ball and protect him for a little bit this season.
All right, if he's not 100,000, maybe he'll be,
100 would be cool.
99,000 or maybe 98,000. And I know Justin Fields is over there. Nussmeier can move and spin it.
Look out.
Okay, Nussmeier can move. He's 7th round draft pick.
That's going to be interesting. That's going to be really interesting.
I don't know how he's going to be in the NFL, but I do know like he can spin it and he can move and he's got a lot of moxie. Yeah, so I think he'll be liked over there.
Yeah.
But Justin Fields obviously has NFL experience, and whenever he has the ball in his hands, he's the most electrifying guy on the field.
Yes.
Now, when he throws it, his owner comes out and says, we don't have a quarterback that can complete a pass. So Andy Reid fixed that. We shall see.
Maybe.
Last question here before we have to move to the NBA because they're in the middle of the playoffs. Go ahead, Con Man.
Yeah, Rap Sheet, was just kind of floated through the rumor mill. But Rodgers to Arizona, does that have any legs whatsoever, or is he probably most likely going back to the Pittsburgh Steelers?
No legs for that one. I certainly don't expect it. Sorry to disappoint everyone. Don't expect that. I do not expect him to sign in Arizona. I expect if he is going to play for Pittsburgh. And, you're sort of getting to that point where you'd really like an answer. But we're in the same situation we've been, which is that, it's Aaron Rodgers, so you don't want to be like, hey, we need an answer, because he might go, no, you don't. And then they don't. They don't. They would like one.
He's busy.
I would like one. Everybody would like one, but you sort of don't. So when he decides to play football, if he decides to play football, I expect it to be for the Steelers. I expect it to be for the contract where they sort of figured out based on the UFA tag. You'd sort of like it to be before OTAs or at least minicamp, and that's getting to be pretty close here.
All right, we'll see how it all goes. We know he's busy.
Yeah.
Super.
And then when he's done,
is he?
He's getting busy again.
Yeah, he's working out.
Yeah.
Oh, working, you mean
He's doing the après lunch that you and Leah are about to go do. You know what I'm saying? You're the man. We appreciate the hell out of you and Leah.
Thank you, guys.
See you, Rap Sheets. Goodbye.
Yeah,
Bye, see you, Jr.
I did see someone yesterday say, and I can't remember who it was on Twitter, that Aaron did hate replacement refs, so maybe he was waiting to see if they get a deal done.
Yeah, Hail Mary was also a part of his legacy as well out there. Joining us now from the NBA, the association, man who got drafted straight out of high school, 15-year veteran of the NBA, a champion, and a man who obviously lights up every television that he pops on. Formerly would say, carry on.
Mm-hmm.
After everything, he's kind of buried that, got everything else that's brand new. Ladies and gentlemen, Big Perk.
Yeah, Big Perk.
Carry on.
Hey, I got greatness behind me, baby. I got greatness behind me. Was I listening right? Did I hear Connor complaining about SGA?
I wasn't complaining, Perk. I wasn't complaining. I was just kind of saying what everybody was thinking.
Well, everybody needs to stop thinking that, and that narrative needs to stop, because I could remember at one point in time we used to praise Michael Jordan for his ability to get to the free throw line. We used to praise Kobe Bryant for his ability to get to the free throw line. I thought all greats got to the free throw line. That's what Paul Pierce used to do when I was playing with him. When he wasn't able to when his shot wasn't falling, I'm gonna get to the free throw line.
And that's the truth.
Yeah, I think it looked a little
different. Let's not act like selling calls just started in 2026.
Thank you, Perk.
It's been around.
Well, you got a bridge in there.
It's unethical,
Why
man.
is everybody from the NBA carrying this guy's water? I'm sick of it. This is ridiculous.
Everybody in the NBA saying the same thing.
We just said Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant,
we don't know more?
Did they all do that? No, they went to the bucket and they got fouled.
I respect and appreciate Paul Pierce. I love the way he operates.
Always.
Hey, everybody needs to understand that.
It's the truth.
I love everything about him.
Especially
Did he get
post-career.
wheeled out one game?
He had to poop.
Okay.
That's different. He had to poop.
Did he have to? He got wheeled out.
Let's not compare.
I'm not saying it's a bad thing.
He had to poop. This is not the same as getting wheeled out for no reason. It was poop.
Actually, pretty good content getting wheeled out for no reason.
Yeah, but we saw Lamar do it.
Kevin Nash, he had to poop too.
Exactly.
All right, let's move along. Carry on. Let's talk about the Oklahoma City Thunder. LeBron James afterwards obviously getting a lot of shit because he didn't answer something exactly how they wanted him to answer it whenever he said, Luka, we're missing a guy that averages 37 points. It's going to be hard to go offensively whenever we don't have that with us. What are your thoughts about the Lakers' chances? How do you feel about the way JJ put double team on SGA and basically said everybody else has to score, and they were able to do as such? What are your thoughts as that as a whole there? Is this going to be 4-0? Is this going to be 4-0 over there?
Well, number one, Braun didn't lie. So he didn't lie. They are missing Luka led the league in scoring. They only scored 90 points last night. So obviously, yes, they're missing Luka, and they need Luka in order to stay alive or even be in this series. Without Luka, I got the Lakers getting one game. This is going to be a gentleman's sweep. But the game plan was perfect. You're supposed to walk into a series and saying, you know what, we're going to take the ball out of the best player hands in SGA, one of the most efficient players to ever play the game. No, somebody else is going to have to beat us. And that just showed you how deep and the depth of the Oklahoma City Thunder. And Chet Holmgren, way to fucking step up. Because what I wanted to see and what I want to continue to see is, can he be a reliable second option? Can he be a Robin to SGA? And he got off to a great start last night, because we don't know how long J-Dub is going to be out. And we don't know when J-Dub, when he does return, is he going to be 100%? Probably not. We know how tricky them hamstrings are. So, again, LeBron knows what a championship team look like. He's just telling you, hey, we're going against the champs. We're going against one of the greatest defensive teams that we've ever seen in NBA history. Ain't nothing wrong with what he said.
Yeah, I agree. And I'm on Team LeBron, though. And Connor actually said LeBron's greatest basketball player of all time, actually, to start this entire show earlier. So we kind of got into that entire convo. What's that?
Good for Connor.
Okay.
Good for Connor.
You like that he took that stand there? Yeah,
it wasn't a stand. It was just a throwaway comment.
It was not.
It was not meant to be a thing.
It became a full thing because it's obviously this guy's 41 years old. And, you know, I think you mentioned it about the first series. Like, if he wins this all by himself here, the GOAT conversation is over. But what he's doing, I mean, he's not done, right? He's playing next year, too, we assume, right?
I don't know.
He's doing a retirement tour.
No, he said he's not doing a retirement
tour.
tour.
He say that?
Okay.
See? Haters! You said he's the greatest player on earth. What are you saying?
That doesn't mean he's not going to do a retirement tour. We know LeBron.
Tim Duncan didn't say, hey, next year, I'm not doing a retirement tour. Tim Duncan just all of a sudden left in the middle of the night. Okay.
Great. He's got.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, now that is how you do it. You don't even bring it up. He already brought it up. And honestly,
that's because we brought it up, because he's the greatest player of all time, in your words.
He deserves a retirement tour.
Okay, let's move along here. Let's talk about other basketball happening. Perk, we appreciate you. What do you think? You think he continues to play?
I think Braun could play till he's 45, to be honest with you. I think he has another 4 years of this level of play. Like, real talk. And I'm not even BSing. I'm dead serious when I say this. What he did, like what he's been doing in this postseason, last night he did his part. Last night he was fantastic. He just didn't have the help. And guys in the backcourt like Marcus Smart and you know, Austin Reeves, they didn't play well. And one thing, let me get this off my chest.
All right.
Can people lay off of Austin Reeves for a second, please?
No.
The guy listen. He just got back.
He's got a peg leg.
Two games ago. 2 games ago. You know, it usually take at least 5 to 10 games.
Come on! This is what we're talking about.
Well, you know who's attacking him, right?
Shot, Austin.
You know who's attacking him, right?
No.
LeBron fans.
No.
Well, that's why Foxy just put that up as fast as he possibly could.
Help, man.
It is LeBron fans.
He does need help.
Help the king. Are you just
He
a
need help,
jester?
King doesn't need help.
But what I'm saying is, we know when a guy come off an injury, he was thrown right into the fire, man. Like, you need
He's got
5
wrap
or 10
on his
games.
leg?
Yeah.
He's got that wrap.
Caruso put him in a bag.
Ant-Man tore his knee off his leg and got back in 9 days. And
Let's talk about
11 points in the fourth.
They might be cheating. I don't know what the fuck Anthony Edwards got going on. He should not have been back. That thing was disgusting.
Yeah.
Now, on that note, that series, you've made some predictions there as well. Go ahead, D.
Absolutely. I know coming into the playoffs, I believe you had the Spurs coming out of the West and maybe even winning this whole thing. And you've kind of changed your tune lately after that first loss. What's your expectations for Wemby and the Spurs going forward?
Well, look, Wemby, the future is bright. It's just not this year. They're not getting past the Minnesota Timberwolves. And look, Wemby gotta understand in these moments, I want him to continue to be a big man with guard skills. Going 0 for 8 from the three-point line, that's not go get it. And I understand he's going against a physical team. He's going against one of the better defensive teams that we have in our league. But this Minnesota Timberwolves team, they're playing with a certain spirit, edge, and tenacity. And it reminded me in that game one, that this team has a lot of experience. We're talking about a core group that has been to back-to-back conference finals. And when Anthony Edwards said, I get another cuss word, right? I always get 2.
Maybe 3, 4.
When Anthony Edwards said, fuck what the doctors are talking about, I'm playing. I ain't trying to hear nothing. I'm not sitting out. I am going on the floor, and I'm going to compete with my guys. And he went out and did it in great fashion. That told me everything I needed to know. Coach Fitch, is coaching his ass off right now. When you talk about the different lineups, when you talk about him empowering guys, maxing out guys, dealing with injuries, knocking off the Denver Nuggets, getting the crucial game won, Terrence Shannon, all of a sudden he's empowered. He got the confidence. That is coaching. That is coaching. We are watching a coach that is writing his own legacy right in front of our eyes. And I'm telling you this now. The Minnesota Timberwolves can win the NBA championship this year.
Whoa, Perk. I like hearing that, especially if you're able to heal from a bone bruise from a hyperextension in 9 days and be able to tell doctors, I don't want to hear it, and then drop 18 off the bench and be an absolute stallion down the stretch without even missing a hitch. And then, is Gobert going to be able to handle big Wemby? And then we were talking to some people around the league, and they're saying if you look at the Minnesota Timberwolves, outside of the 7'10" guy, okay, that San Antonio has, Minnesota Timberwolves are a pretty physically imposing team. Yeah. I mean, they're going through chests. They're actually kind of about it. You're saying the big wagon that is the Timber Wagons over there in Minnesota could potentially win the entire thing this year? Because I thought this was Oklahoma City's entire dance. I thought they were supposed to be the ones that'd be able to walk away with this.
Well, here's the thing. We don't know what J-Dub is going to look like. But I will say this. Jaden McDaniels has been one of the best stories in this postseason. If I had to give out an MVP award for the first round, he was getting the MVP trophy. It's not just what he did, it's how he did it, right? To talk his noise and to back it up. He's already, in my opinion, the best wing defender that we have in this game. But now we're watching him get into his bag offensively. Jaden McDaniels is different, right? And what he's doing right now, I'm telling you, you gotta give a lot of credit to Coach Finch and that coaching staff for the player development and the confidence that he is putting into these others outside of Julius Randle and Anthony Edwards. They are playing with an edge. And let me tell you, Chris Finch is petty as hell too. I love what he said after the game. They chose us after the series. They chose us. He is playing a great. He is doing it. His game plan is on point. And last but not least, he is doing an outstanding job playing mind games with the officials. You heard what he said after game one, right? Yeah, Wemby had a lot of blocks, and a lot of them were goaltending. Yeah. Like, that is putting it out there. I love this Minnesota Timberwolves team.
Yeah, it sounds like you're pretty jacked up. I like Ant-Man.
Perk might be overreacting because all y'all NBA guys say every game takes on a life of its own. Don't overreact. They stole one in a row. It feel like you overreacting right now, Perk.
Perk, you're not overreacting.
Perk wouldn't do that. Perk.
Perk.
Listen, I am not a delusional Knicks fan, right? Like the Knicks, they fan base, they overreact. Like they the ones that had a parade because they won game one. I still think that series is going 7 games. I think that series is going 7 games because what people don't understand is when you come off a tough 7-game series and you have a quick turnaround, one, you don't have time to prepare. Right, like you can. Like your scout is different mentally and physically. You're exhausted from all the energy you had to put out into that series, and then you have a quick turnaround. I expect the 76ers to be better. Here's why I'm not overreacting when it comes to the Timberwolves. When you know, you know. And I'm telling you, I could feel the energy through the television. I see A-Rod sitting on the sideline, they chest bumping, he fired up. It's something that is going on through that organization that I wish I was a part of.
Okay. Well, you keep saying what you're saying. It might just adopt you in there, pal. I think the Timber Wagons are certainly filling up right now. Especially Ant-Man is an easy person to get to.
Yeah.
I mean, that is an easy. Holy hell! I cannot believe this is happening right now.
Jaden McDaniels as well.
If they were to win a title in Oklahoma City's league right now, wow, would be insane. We appreciate the hell out of you, Big Perk. Thank you for taking time.
I appreciate it.
Okay, so you got the Sixers tonight, and you got the Timber Wagons.
No. I didn't say I had the Sixers. I said I'll see this series going 7 games. That don't mean the Knicks are not going to win, but it's not going to be a blowout again. We're going to see a better version of the 76ers. Now, I will say this is a must-win situation for the San Antonio Spurs. This game 2, if they don't win game 2, they're going to get swept.
Oh, no.
All right. Wemby's
You're not going into Minnesota down 0-2 and expecting to get a win in that hostile environment where they're undefeated in the postseason. This is a must-win situation for the San Antonio Spurs. This is not the Portland Trail Blazers. Your ass could go down 0-2 if you want tonight, and you go get sent home early. I'm telling you that now.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's 15-year vet and NBA champion Kendrick Perkins. He's talking about maybe the Timberwagons becoming champion. How about becoming a champion in golf?
Ooh.
How about winning the Players' Championship earlier in the year, telling the entire world you have arrived, and then go ahead and compound it. Cadillac champion from this past weekend. Winner by 6 strokes. Could have been 7.
Could have.
If he wasn't such a gentleman.
Yeah.
Great guy.
Stand-up lad.
Absolutely.
Ladies and gentlemen, Cam Young.
Yeah, Cam.
How you doing, bub?
Good.
Hey.
It's been a nice few weeks.
Yeah, you've been living pretty good, huh? How is the mind? Pretty clear? Have you just kind of been enjoying it all? How have you kind of handled the massive success? Because I believe there's a stat about your first 103 events. I'm sure you've heard about the not winning. And then all of a sudden, over the last few, we've been winning a lot. How has it been handling the success? It seems like it's only benefited your game.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, what I've said for a long time is basically that, each good result you have is kind of proof that what you're doing works. And, as more of that stacks up, it's easier and easier to believe in what you do. So it's hardest when it's not going your way to kind of believe in what you're doing. And right now, things going well. I feel like it's been really nice to kind of see the fruit of that work and, start to believe in what we're doing.
Yeah, I don't want to get too deep here, but probably your whole family and friends and everybody, too, right? I assume everybody's like super pumped, like, hey, we've always said you're the guy. You've always believed you're the guy. Now you're getting a chance to celebrate it, and the world's getting a chance to celebrate it. I bet you that's cool for the whole family, yes or no?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes that is not me, between, all my kids, my in-laws, my parents. There's a whole group of people that deserves probably a lot more credit than they're getting. So it's not all me. I just am the fortunate one that gets to do the golfing.
All right, well, shout out to you remaining so humble, obviously, as the bank account continues to massively grow.
Oh, yeah.
Just grow through the weeks, obviously. Congrats to you, all earned in the entire team. And I mentioned your family, obviously we learned your story. Your dad, like PGA Golf Pro up there, Sleepy Hollow Club, I do believe, lad from Scatterboro. Sleepy Hollow's the club. And then I believe you went to Fordham Prep down there. In high school, took the train down there. We did a lot of learning about you. New York kid becoming this golf sensation. But your dad, obviously, you're raised in the golf world. When that ball rolls on Sunday with you in the lead, you're just your first reaction is, holy shit, I can't believe this just happened. And then now I have to say something, right? That is kind of how it goes?
Yeah, I just watched Scotty hit driver onto the first green and make birdie. And my ball rolls over. I'm like, man, here we go. So it's just one of those times. I mean, it moved. I don't think anyone probably could have seen it, but I mean, stuff like that. You got to think of it. If you're doing the right thing, good stuff's got to happen at some point because of it. And at least you can feel the good about what you do. So just one of those times. It was super unfortunate, but it did move. And I couldn't say that it wasn't me. So just had to take it and move on.
Well, I want to let you know, everybody talks about what they would do in the moment, what they would do. Sunday, okay? Scotty. Lurking.
Yeah.
Lurking is the closer.
Yeah. He's always lurking.
You know? And then you just hit a beautiful shot.
A lot of money on the line.
Yeah. So much money. Legacy. I mean, fuck. There's so much in there. And everybody thinks about what they would want to do. I'd be a hero. Yeah. I'd call it because I do it. Yeah. You actually, in the moment, did it. So for that, hey. Good on you, Cam. Good on you, Cam.
Appreciate that.
And I hope a lot of people have told you that because for the good of the game, and in our sport, if something like that would have happened, I'd say 35 to 85% of the people would not have called it. Yeah, they would.
That's a good range, 35 to
85. Yeah, it's like because it could be
a big range.
Depends on when in the season is. What's the game for?
Sure. You won yet this year?
You know, what does the season look like? Yeah, there's a lot of different things that could happen. But what we're saying is you showcased your sport well in that moment, and it was a cool thing for all of us to witness. Go ahead, D.
While we're on there, I just want to ask you, because there are so many rules in golf, and I feel like, you see the guy have to come over the referee. Is there one rule that look, we have a high school golfer in our building who is admitted to cheating in every tournament he played in pretty much, but is there one rule that you would change in golf?
I would change. I don't know. I mean, golf is strange in that way because I feel like there's so many unique scenarios that can go on. We're just in the habit of calling a rules official pretty much no matter what happens, even if it's a very routine one that we all know. Just because if they're there, you basically can't be faulted for it. So I don't know. I mean, the ball moving one is pretty relevant right now. I mean, obviously I wasn't trying to hit the ball. I didn't try to give myself a better lie. We were playing lift clean in place, so I had already put it basically up on a tee. So there was no advantage to me doing what I did to move the ball. All I did was put my club down. So, that's one of those ones that, obviously there was no intent to do anything that was going to help me. I already had the best lie I could ask for. It seems like maybe that one doesn't need to be a penalty, but just kind of how it's always been.
Yeah, but now think about every single golf coach, every dad or mom trying to teach their kids how to golf. They say, hey, on a Sunday in the middle of a tournament, you call this. This is like you almost it's a passing of a baton, it feels like, of the sport to another generation whenever something like this happens, because there's been the alternate, right, where somebody at home caught something on the internet, then it became like a firestorm, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, I thought golf was supposed to be whatever. So, like, I love that you did it.
I would be that kid that's an asshole. I'd be like, he was up 5 strokes. If he was down a stroke, would you do it, Dad?
Yeah, well, exactly. And also, I think Scotty even said to you, who cares?
Yeah. Nothing happened.
Yeah, basically, he basically just said that there's no way that you moved it. And I was like, well, I mean, the timing was certainly suspicious, but I don't really think I moved it either. Who knows? So just kind of one of those. You just got to beat it.
Can Scotty, like, kind of testify for you there to the rules official, or is that just an automatic ruling there?
Yeah, I think it's just a ruling. I mean, I don't think anyone was watching closely enough to really see. I mean, you had to be kind of right on top of it.
Oh my God!
To notice.
You're such a good guy. Let's move along. Okay, hey, good for you.
Yeah.
Thank you for doing that for your sport. Literally, thank you for doing that for your sport. Now, speaking of your sport, a lot coming about your sport. And we're not expecting you to give some political answer, but there's certainly some things brewing amongst the PGA Tour at this point.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Con Man.
Yeah, Cameron, if you don't want to answer at all, you can just tell me to shut up and we can move on to the next question. But we had a very heated debate this morning just about kind of the reintegration of the LIV golfers with everything going on over there back into the PGA. It felt as though the PGA LIV rivalry over the last couple of years has kind of gone to the wayside and no one really cares anymore, and we're all just trying to golf. As a player on the PGA Tour, how do you feel about kind of everything going on? I know Koepka is already kind of going through the process. Is that something you think everybody should go through? Should it be some different separate thing we kind of threw out there? Do they be the groundskeepers maybe on Tuesdays and Wednesdays?
For the tournaments.
Thursday, Friday for the tournaments. Yeah, maybe.
Asshole.
Hey,
we're brainstorming. We're brainstorming.
Yeah, just things that they should do. Yeah, to
build the bleachers.
Build the bleachers up. Take them down on Sunday, which is even worse sometimes.
Just if you guys, we'll tell Roll-Up too. If you need any ideas, we can do all these things. But
let's turn them into construction work. Is kind of that's what I'm getting here.
Yeah, maybe. And then once they win a tournament, you can take off the construction hat.
Then it's done. Yeah,
that's good. But on that note, we assume there is a lot of different feelings because I think at the time of LIV starting, you were top 20 in the world. I assume that was a conversation with you about going over there. Massive amount of money, allegedly, for everybody. And it did feel like it was you're taking the money, not going to be ever going to do business with the PGA again. At the moment, it felt like that. Now we're at a different time. How does kind of the locker room feel about it all? And are you guys even being asked what your thoughts are at this point? And if you don't have any, all good too.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't been asked much. It's I feel like it's a little bit tricky because I think it's been great to have Brooks back. He's a fan favorite. He's a great golfer. Great major championship player. So I'm happy to have him back. I think it's good for the PGA Tour. I think it's good for the game to get to see him more. But I mean, the tour did have the system that they put in place for him. They had, the opportunity this January for some of those guys, a select few, to come back. And Brooks was the only one to take that opportunity. So now, I mean, it's not up to me, but I think the PGA Tour, I'm sure, will have, I imagine they will find a way for some of those guys to come back, but I don't know if it will be as simple as it was for Brooks. His relatively time-wise, he didn't have to sit out or anything like that. So I really have no good information on what will happen. But all in all, I mean, I play golf to play golf against the best players in the world. You know, that's one of the main things that drives me is to compete. Yes. And I don't know. To me, there's a handful of really, really good players that are over there, and you know, seeing them 4 times a year, I'd probably rather compete against them more. So, if you're asking me, I'd probably like to see them back in some capacity, however they decide that's going to work out. And you'd like it to be fair to both sides. I don't think there's any reason to unduly punish them coming back. But at the same time, like you said, you know, it felt like kind of an all or nothing decision to go. So, yeah, you know, up to people smarter than me to figure out how it all is going to work out.
I genuinely don't know if it's smarter than definitely the people are smarter than us. Let's say that. But I think it is like the diplomacy of how it's going to be dealt is certainly an interesting. It's very because the February 2nd deadline, I believe, is the one you were referring to about Brooks entering into, and I think his contract was up at the time. Now Rombo has come out and said like, "Hey, my contract's not until like 2032 or something like that." And then, well, they said, "Well, what if the league isn't around him?" It's just there's so many crazy conversations. I think all of us just want to see. We just want the leaderboard to be packed. But on that note, maybe build the bleachers, boys. Yeah, maybe have to hammer and nail.
Can't do what you did and just come back scot-free, okay?
Maybe hammer and nail, you know, stacking them barrels out there to get back into the good graces of the
bartend.
PGA. Yeah, maybe bartend.
Yeah, you get cut on Friday, guess what? You got to work the bar Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah. An 8-hour shift.
Maybe caddy.
Yes, caddy.
Yeah, maybe caddy.
For nobody.
You walk.
You just have to walk and stop. Over and over again.
First, you are the opening tee, too.
Yeah.
The opening
and you
got
to throw your ball.
Yeah. Things is just something to think about. But
I don't think they want you in charge. I feel like you guys are.
Why? We can make this a lot worse if that's what you're looking for.
Fair enough.
Okay. We would like to see the leaderboard packed, though. And you talked about the 4 times a year. Go ahead, Tone.
Yeah, Cam. We talk a lot about here, like when there's a young and up-and-coming team, like they have to lose first before they can win a championship. You've obviously have top 4s now in every single major, coming off a 3rd at the Masters. Is that similar in the golf world where you like have to learn how to play at a Masters, maybe learn how to not get the top spot at the Masters, learn how to have heartbreak at a major before you can go and finally get a major? Or is that just a stupid thing for me to say?
I like that.
No, I think experience can help. I mean, I think it can go both ways. If, you know, you build up kind of too much scar tissue and it stays kind of in your head negatively, then it can hurt you. But I think for me, I mean, the main thing is just continuing to build belief and, you know, continue stacking results just so you have so much more to look back on. And, you know, I've played golf in majors well enough to win and just haven't quite gotten over the finish line, you know, and I don't think generally much fault of my own. This year at the Masters was a really nice chance, and I just didn't make anything on the back nine. I didn't feel out of place. I didn't do anything wrong. I just didn't make anything. So I think in a lot of cases, yes, having some high finishes and, you know, getting some experience playing late on Sunday in the majors is great. But it doesn't stop, you know, young guys from coming out and having chances to win too. So there's going to be plenty of instances with, you know, young, relatively inexperienced players winning majors too. I mean, I'm sure there'll be more of that in the future. So, yeah, it can be a mixed bag and kind of depends how you treat it, I think.
Situations are situational. Obviously, ignorance can be bliss. You don't know what you don't know, especially whenever you're just blindly in there. You have no idea how big it actually all is. And then once you get too many of those and it doesn't work out, then it's like, oh, no, now it's becoming a thing, which obviously everybody hates. But golf feels like that is a constant kind of conversation with everybody. Cam, I have a quick question for you. Nelly told me, Nelly Corda. Okay, Nelly. Pretty good player.
Yes.
Came off back-to-back. Her and you winning. That's what you guys are doing.
There you go.
She told me to go Coca-Cola, okay, with my golf swing. Okay, that's what she told me to do.
Maybe a little slower.
Yeah.
Coca-Cola. You were still watching every time.
Yep.
Coca-Cola. Okay. I can do that with my golf swing. Can I technically take that thing up to here, over to here, to where you are, and then swing from there?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the backswing is basically, you know, lift, hinge, and turn. So you could do them all in whatever order you want, as long as you get up there and you can do it over and over again.
Oh, I can do it over and over again.
There you go.
Boom, bang, boom.
Yeah, easy.
Cola, and then I'm not even doing the Coca at the beginning.
Sure.
Hey, can we get on a course at some point in your guys' offseason, which I don't know what it is? And can we just see the difference of you golfing versus us? Because I watched you at 12 at Augusta.
Yeah.
You didn't say anything.
Yeah.
Thanks for that. Left me hanging in front of all my new friends.
Kind of dialed in.
Yeah, you're kind of focused there.
I was busy. That hole was so hard.
So hard. So hot, too. It was so hot.
Yeah.
It was 1,000 degrees at that hole, potentially. But, watching how locked in you guys are with everything, I would love to be able to do a round. I don't think I've ever done a round. Can I make that happen? This is kind of me putting you on a spot publicly here, but I would like to experience that. I think it would make me a better conversator about golf.
There you go. Yeah, we'll get a group together in Florida then.
You guys looking at that green was insane. The amount of shit that was happening with all the things. It was these guys are killers out here. And I've never even thought of any of this. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would like to see.
Well, you get that hole. It's 6 yards between the front bunker and the back bunker. It feels like it anyway. And you get the 11th flag stick and the 12th flag stick blowing opposite directions. And you're sitting there what do I do? And that's why we're not looking up there in the crowd, I think.
I was third row back. I almost got hit with a ball at one point. Here the man, ladies and gentlemen, an absolute sensation, PGA chomp, Cameron Young. Thank you.
Yeah,
we're back on the other side. Be a friend, tell a friend something nice. It might change their life. I think we're going to get beat at the golf course.
Yep.
And the Commissioner, Roger Goodell, making his way to open night 2 of the 2026 NFL Draft.
Come on, Pittsburgh.
And here's a familiar face and voice to make the announcement. Well, look out, everybody. Here comes McAfee.
They said yins are getting soft. Yins are getting tired. Are you Yinzers getting exhausted from so much football celebration or no? 0 arrests last night in the NFL draft compound. Pittsburgh Yinzers, congratulations. Now, the Indianapolis Colts first-round draft pick was Sauce Gardner, and he's better than all of your first-round picks for sure. The Indianapolis Colts have not won the AFC South in 12 years. That changes this year. Jim Irsay from the football heavens cured Daniel Jones's torn Achilles. Michael Pittman got sent to the Steelers, and in return, we got football gods. With the 53rd pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the AFC South Kings, Indianapolis Colts select C.J. Allen, linebacker from Georgia. Go Dogs. Listen, there's a lot of negativity about the Indianapolis Colts. What you need to do to all that negativity is you crush it up, you put it into your palm, and you think to yourself, does any of this matter anymore? No. The future is the only thing that matters. The Colts are going to win the Super Bowl this year. Way better than you bum-ass Chargers fans down here. I'm joking. I like your team. I like the Colts more. I also like, with the 78th pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, live from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, the Indianapolis Colts select A.J. Halsey, DB out of LSU. See you at the Super Bowl, bums. Cheers.
The following program is a collection of stooges talking about happenings in the sports world. It is meant to be comedic informative. The opinions expressed on this show do not necessarily reflect the beliefs of their peers, their boss, or ESPN. There may be some cuss words because that's how humans in the real world talk. If you are young, please seek permission before watching any further.
Hey, why? Let's go.
This show stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for it.
McAfee on the line with a gorgeous assist.
The all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers. You pig! Damn it! Be a friend, tell a friend something nice could change their life. Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back to our humble abode, the Thunderdome. On this Big Sports Wednesday, May 6th, 2026, hour 2 of the program begins now.
Sports
are the absolute greatest. We got some breaking news out of the NBA. Ladies and gentlemen, Sixers, Knicks, tonight. Ben Stiller in attendance.
Maybe. Sure.
That's Talks Table at Boston Connor and Toxic Tone. 9-year NFL vet Darius J. Butler is right over yonder sitting in tone seat as Ty is celebrating life for the foreseeable future.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Ty, we love you guys.
Hell yeah.
How you doing?
Congratulations. So happy for you. Live from Manatee in Ohio, ladies and gentlemen, a college football national champion, Super Bowl champion. I just got shown a tweet by a man. Ryder Cup winner, ladies and gentlemen, AJ Hawk.
Funny, like a funny tweet? Or
Hawker, how you doing, pal?
I'm doing good. I'm curious about what this tweet is you just read.
Yeah. Well, the tweet was Joel Embiid tonight, okay, for Sixers Knicks. And then I said Stiller was going to be in attendance, obviously, because he'll be there for the Knicks game per usual. And then Bruce Brown just dropped into this little monitor and he said, just want to remind Ben Stiller, remember, my man, seriously, I thought we were good. Ben Stiller put me out to, obviously, his followers. Ben, we are good. But I do have to say, what I saw Timothy Chalamet do.
He was there.
Was something that I will hold in high regards. Now, Timothy Chalamet came through College Game Day.
Mm-hmm.
New ball.
Parker Navarro.
Absolutely crushed it. I mean, just absolutely killed it. So I had him in, Timothy Chalamet also, Timothy Chalamet, Michael Phelps, Tom Brady. That was the speech he gave after winning an award.
Yeah, at the SAG Awards.
Super sports guy. Okay, so I was holding him in high regard. He could have certainly went to the Met Gala. He said, I'm going to the Knicks game. So we immediately had to judge his Knicks father, Ben Stiller, for not going.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But then we heard, obviously it's a family affair, we found some tape from before the Met Gala that I think will justify everything that Ben Stiller's saying to us.
Let's go Knicks!
All right, yeah. I wish I was there.
I wish I was there.
Oh, quick, too.
But
Wife in the car.
Quiet. Veteran in the game. So we know he'll be back.
Better.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
It
Grow
does.
up. Go to the game if you want to go, Ben.
Ben's a good man.
Tim went.
It's our fourth year in the second round.
Happy wife,
Fourth
happy life.
Okay. Listen to Bruce Brown.
So this
Oh, they don't care anymore because we're in the playoffs a lot.
Are you going to watch the game tonight or no? Because it's the fourth time in a row we've been in the second
Obviously,
round.
I'm going to watch the game tonight. It's not like I've been in Madison Square Garden a ton. I live here. But yeah, he'll be there for all the finals games.
Listen, lunch isn't canceled. Okay?
Due to lack of attending basketball games.
No, lunch is not canceled because of this. Okay? We ain't doing none of that. Okay? He's no average Joe. He's allowed to do whatever the hell he wants to do.
Correct.
He's a Knicks heavyweight, this guy.
And he's not simple
Not
either.
anymore. He's a middleweight now.
No.
He missed the game. What are we talking about?
We made him bleed his
Die-hard fan, we called him.
Ben-
Won by
His seat.
40.
Who took his seat?
Timmy should have gone to the gala.
Jimmy Fallon. I think it was Jimmy Fallon was there. Now, granted, his show immediately followed the game, so I think that was probably
Tracy Morgan.
I don't know if Tracy Morgan, obviously in the building. He could have went to the Met Gala. Peter Schrager was at the game. He could have went to the Met Gala. Shabuzi certainly could have went to the Met Gala. He ended up at the game.
Shabuzi's a Knicks fan?
Yeah.
One.
I know it.
Yeah, he was there last year during the ECF as well.
I think all Shabuzi really does is make bangers, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Every song I've heard from Shabuzi is an absolute smash, so I certainly appreciate him doing that. But, Ben, you knew we were going to have to point this out in the sports world. Knew it was going to have to happen. Now, orange tie.
He wanted us to just sweep it under the rug, didn't he?
Couldn't do that.
In what
That's
world?
interesting.
His lady has a blue dress on as well, too, right? They were all Knicks.
See, he wished he was there. He felt like he had to represent. Obviously, blue steel. It's a fashion night. Had to do his thing.
Actually, he kind of half-assed it. That's not that fit isn't goofball enough for the Met Gala.
Yeah.
It's because he was not there. His body was there. His soul was at the Mecca. His soul was watching the Knicks do their thing to the 76ers.
So you can go to that and not be a goofball?
I guess so. I don't like
No,
it.
if you do that, when you get in there, they make fun of you a ton, and then they basically force you to go home.
Gotcha.
No, I don't think that's the
Yeah,
case.
if you dress normal, they basically make you a dunce for the whole night.
Whatever the case, we know Ben Stiller will be back, and we'd like to let him know, with Joel Embiid out and him back in the building, and they lose, they're going to say it's him.
Oh, no.
They're going to say it's him. And I don't like that, because we like Ben Stiller. We are big fans of Ben Stiller.
Severance, dude.
It's super serious stuff we even like.
Uh-huh.
We think he's a very, very special talent for society. We want the bet for him. Obviously, we would certainly do that because he's a sports fan. On that note, you missed the first game, they kill him. They kill him.
Yeah. Maybe you should stay away.
Which he has mentioned. He has said, maybe I don't go to the next one. It's like, ooh, fascinating.
This guy doesn't want to go to games anymore. That's what I'm. That's the read I'm getting.
Yeah.
He wants the Knicks to win.
Sure. No doubt about it. He doesn't want to do the whole song and dance, and he doesn't want to go anymore.
All right, well, that feels like big news. Joining us now, ladies and gentlemen, to kind of tell us anything else that we need to know for tonight's games. A little bit later than I potentially thought, but certainly can hit a drive-by if we need it. Ladies and gentlemen, Shams Charania.
Yeah, Shami.
Just need a hot five. What's going on in hoops? We don't need a deep dive.
Shams drive-by.
Just need a hot five. What's going on in hoops? We don't need a deep dive.
Ladies and gentlemen, Shams Charania here. Shams, okay, Joel Embiid out. This feels like a very big deal for the entirety of the NBA, especially with how Embiid had been playing against the Celtics. He was back all the way to being who we thought and hoped he could be. What happened, and how long is this going to last?
Yeah, it's going to be at least this game. But, I mean, so this is what, I was on a call right as you guys are FaceTiming me because I wanted to figure out what exactly is going on with Joel Embiid. And he's dealing with a hip injury. He's dealing with an ankle injury. And he was hoping in the lead up to tonight's game that he would be able to get both of those things to loosen up, to get both of those in the right place to be able to play. And I was told he spent all morning on the training table. They had shoot around this morning. They had other team meetings. He literally was stuck on the training table trying to get treatment, trying to get his ankle and his hip ready to the point where he could try to play. And it just did not give. And the team ruled him out literally about 10 minutes ago for tonight's game. The Sixers made the decision to rule him out here tonight. We know Joel Embiid's history. He's played through ligament issues in his knee, damage in his thumb. He's dealt with facial fractures, Bell's palsy in his face. And now this postseason, he came back after appendicitis after just over 2 weeks. And we saw him get hit in that area. I think it was Mikal Bridges who knocked him right in the stomach area, whether you want to call it a stomach, a hip. He's dealing with pain in that hip area now as well as an ankle.
Okay, the spread goes from 7.5 to 10.5 immediately for the Knicks to be favored. They've obviously, at one point in the last 3 games, have been up 30 over their opponents. First time that has ever happened in playoffs. Feels like blowouts are happening, even though it won't take place for the second game that's happening tonight. Ant-Man, can you tell us a little bit about him? Obviously, last game it was a miracle, seemingly, him coming back after 9 days of the hyperextension. Where's he at now after playing a full game? Are we just expecting the same thing from him coming off the bench? What should we? This guy's unbelievable.
It's insane. How often in football does it happen where a team is like, no, you're not playing. No, you got to play it safe. And a player is just like, no, I'm playing and I'm good. And I'm going to show you I'm good. And that's literally the process that happens
all the time.
In Minnesota.
All the time.
Every damn week.
All the time. Sean, thanks,
brother.
Thanks for asking.
Except for Zion and Luka.
Thank you.
Well, I think in the NBA, we're accustomed to seeing 1-on-1, 2-on-2, 3-on-3. Anthony Edwards didn't go through any of that. He didn't go through any practice. He did a couple individual workouts, and he told the team, I'm ready to play, and I'm going to prove to you I'm ready to play. He passed all the medical testing that they had. They weren't expecting to evaluate him at all to play until after Game 2. They thought Game 3, Game 4 at the earliest, but Anthony Edwards, he went through multiple different treatment options. I heard he spent multiple sessions in the hyperbaric chamber. Reminds me of the hyperbolic time chamber. Shout out to Dragon Ball Z fans. But he went through everything to try to see if he could play, and he was able to get on the court. And I do think his knee's feeling better, and I think the hope is in Game 2 tonight, bump his minutes up just a little bit more and see what he can do. And in other injury news, Ayo Dosunmu, who missed game 1. He scored, I think it was 43 points in that game against Denver last week in game 5. He is set to play tonight.
All right, Io.
Big.
Way to go, Io. So Goku is from the thing you're talking about?
Yeah, he went Super Saiyan on that shit.
There you go, BC.
Which one? Is that the one that is a little ball?
It's like a hot. Yeah.
And what do? You guys do cards? Is that what it was?
Don't you guys me. Don't you guys me.
What was the one you said? You said it was
Dragon
Pokemon?
Ball Z guy?
Dragon Ball Z. Is that the one where they run like
Pokemon
this?
was the card.
That's anime.
Yu-Gi-Oh was the card.
That's Naruto.
The one that runs like this?
That's Naruto.
Is that from this one?
No, different one.
What's this one from?
Friend.
That was Naruto.
No, I'm not an eager eagle. That's the Gary V Mons.
Yeah.
Which one did he just mention there?
Naruto.
Dragon Ball Z.
Dragon Ball Z.
But Naruto is that one.
The run.
Yeah.
They did that.
BC knows all about Dragon Ball Z. He's holding out on us right now.
I don't know shit, bitch.
It was pretty. I mean, Dragon Ball Z took over there for a while.
Oh, yeah.
My
Oh, yeah.
ADD didn't let me get into it.
There
but
is actually a video game coming out that I am rather excited about. I'd play it for sure.
Dragon Balls.
Yeah, Dragon Balls.
God, that's gonna be a good game.
Hopefully. It should be. A lot of hype.
All right, Shams, we appreciate you, man. Thank you for bringing that nerd. Hey, May the 4th been with you, too, the other day. We know that was probably a big day for you. We appreciate the hell out of you joining us here.
Happy Cinco de Mayo, belated Cinco de Mayo
There it
as
is.
well.
Okay, you like to celebrate the Battle of Puebla in 1862 down there when the French got knocked down by the Mexican forces. That is something we like to celebrate as well, Shams. You didn't know that. You thought it was Mexican Independence Day, and that's how I know that you need to stop spreading that lie.
Wake up.
That's not what it is. You're the best. Ladies and gentlemen, Shams Charania.
Yeah, Shams.
AJ, I said that yesterday because people that we know, not us.
No.
Not us, AJ. No, nobody here. No, none of us thought Cinco de Mayo was Mexican Independence Day. None of us thought that.
No, that's much different.
Much different. Yeah, we didn't go like, okay, July 4th, but for Mexico, let's go ahead and have a good time.
Nope.
We didn't do that. People we knew did that.
Because on May 5th, 2025, you actually explained the Battle of Puebla last year, too.
Exactly. That's kind of our mission at this point. It's like, hey, something, Independence Day also very cool. It's a huge deal.
Yeah.
You should have seen this 300 story that happened with the Battle of Puebla. And that's what Cinco de Mayo is, AJ. You knew that.
I did know that. I tell you what, my second grader knew that. He came home and explained it all to me as well.
Watch the program?
No, not from the program. They actually, I guess at school, they were trying to teach him, like, hey, this is what it is.
Yeah.
In Ohio?
Yeah, that's crazy. I didn't know you guys taught stuff over there in Ohio.
They do.
Well, actually, in Ohio, they were like,
enough.
this isn't actually very impressive. It was against the French. So that was kind of what they taught in Ohio.
You might be right. I don't know exactly how they presented it. But
That's the Ohio narrative. Okay, we won't talk about the opponent. We'll just talk about what they had.
It's about us,
It was a really weak strength of schedule. Yeah.
It's about us, just like the Buckeyes.
It wasn't. French, obviously, I don't want to get into it. A lot of good things. We talked about it the other day. Talked about it the other day. There's a lot of good
French
things.
onion dip, we forgot.
Oh, so good. French toast, so good.
You don't like French onion dip?
No.
All right, let's move along, please.
Menage a trois.
Terrible.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Thank you.
French onion dip.
Voulez-vous coucher avec moi? Ce soir, says Christina Aguilera, noted French Pittsburgher.
Yes.
Okay, so
Shout out.
noted French.
She's from the Berg.
Yeah, she is.
And she wasn't part of the
She from
no
Crafton?
all
Where's she
hits,
from?
only bangers. Freaking, let's have a good time, hell of a time tailgate.
I was bummed out about that as well. And Christina Aguilera could have definitely been out there crushing something.
Yes.
She'll be able to sing forever. She's the Enzer. Obviously, no problems at all there. Joining us now, ladies and gentlemen, is a man that I actually saw in Pittsburgh in just an open lobby. Just an open lobby. This man might be the most humble would be just like too basic of a term to say. Relatable commissioner I've ever seen. Okay, just walking around the arena.
Like a Dahn.
Just literally just walking around the arena. It was mind-blowing to me. I did not expect this. Sit down right next to nachos in Jack and Diet, literally right there. Have a sitting there, talking to people, walking out, go sit his seat, watch the game. Most casual, but also a man who's in the middle of quite a bump in popularity and obviously action for the league in which he is the commissioner. Ladies and gentlemen, the NHL commish, Gary Bettman.
Yay, Gary!
How are you, man?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Cool. I'm good. Last time we saw each other, my neck was a little bit
What? But everybody wanted to see you. They could have cared less about me. You're the most relatable star.
Oh, well, thank you for that. It was in Pittsburgh, so a lot of people know me. I'll tell you, I did not expect for us to be meeting where we were meeting. I thought for sure that was an aggressive decision as I was getting walked in there. And I'm like, the commission, as you're literally walking through there, hey, how you doing? Are you enjoying yourself? You actually, like, boots on the ground commissioner was so cool to see, strictly because you love your sport, you love your league. It was very obvious. And right now, we're in an up and to the right time. Can you tell me about the league success that we're having? Ratings obviously through the roof. Obviously, the new media deal has boded well. But why do you think the league and the sport right now is as hot as it is from your perspective?
That's a great question. So let me start a little bit further back. I think in the U.S., round one was the most watched opening round of the Stanley Cup playoffs ever. And we were up something like 68% over last year. And round two is off to an incredible start. Saturday's game, one on ABC between the Flyers and Carolina, was the most watched round two game one on record. And Sunday's game one on TNT was the most viewed game one in the second round on cable. We were up in the regular season somewhere between 25 and 30% on our ratings in the U.S. And you know, it's a really good time, and we don't even have the biggest markets. This is really about how good the hockey is. So to begin to answer your question, what's going on the ice in terms of our competitiveness, how exciting and entertaining the games are, check that box. Secondly, I think Four Nations a year ago and the Olympics this year had an impact in bringing people to the game. Check that box. I think that heated rivalry for some people introduced a whole new group of people to the game as well. And so when you mush it all together, because it's never one thing, I think that's how you can account for it. But I've always said, and I say it to my people here when we're marketing and promoting, authenticity, how good the game is, that's more important than anything else. And I think that's what's driving us right now. And we've got a lot of great players doing amazing things.
Yeah, I think the sport is obviously spectacular. The U.S. Olympics and the United States winning will obviously bring a lot of patriotic meatheads to the table. Hey, yeah, our sport, women and men, we're better than you, especially with, Canada always being able to do that. I also believe the deal that you guys made media-wise to have everything so accessible as opposed to how hard it potentially was before is also brilliant. I think the rules that you guys implemented after the lockout or the holdout that you guys had way back in the day has made the game more exciting. I think you relaxing on the wanting to ban fighting there for a bit, but then you kind of relax on it. We don't want staged fighting. If fighting is still going to happen, I think you have I think you've done a good job, Gary. I just want to let you know that. I think you've done a good job kind of finding the right content, product, and placement of your league. I think you guys have navigated it very well, and I think you're only up and to the right from here, don't you think? The more people that see the game, the more people that love the game.
Well, first of all, thank you.
No problem,
and yes, we want the game to be accessible. Our relationships with ESPN, the Walt Disney Company, with ABC as well, and with Turner on TNT and their networks has been great for us. Easy to find the games. You're not searching. We're generally in one of two places. It's worked very well, and both entities have done a great job of producing the games and promoting the games and scheduling the games. So, yeah, but it all starts with the game. Fighting, we haven't changed the rules a lot. What's really happened, and you alluded to the rule changes 20 years ago after we lost the season. The fact is we have, because of our system, extraordinary competitive balance. I think it's the best in sports. And so as a result, every team can compete and can afford to compete because we have a salary cap and revenue sharing. Because the competitive balance is so good, you need to have skilled players. You can't have players who just fight. Even if you're a tough guy and you're defending your teammate and in the heat of the moment you engage in a fight, which kind of acts as a thermostat on the game because, it's pretty emotional, pretty physical, and the guys are carrying sticks. But the fact is, all your players have to be able to play or you really can't compete.
Yeah, you can get exposed if you have a weak link out there. Obviously, everybody's bigger, stronger, faster than they've ever been, and more talented than they've ever been. But I like that business will get handled. Last night, a ref caught a punch right to the face.
Yep.
On that note, AJ has a question for you, Kamish.
Yeah, Commish, obviously NFL is going through some situations right now with their NFL or the ref union and everything. We hope they get a deal worked out. But when it comes to NHL hockey, I feel like you guys, you do a great job. We don't talk about the referees or the linesmen. We're not really focused on them. They don't seem to get into the talking points unless something like this happens, and it's awesome. He just continues to do his job. But what do you guys do, I guess, to train these referees? Obviously, they have to be super talented, be able to skate, be in shape. But what is your program, I guess, finding new refs and keeping them?
That's a great question. Stephen Walkham runs our officiating program. We do combines over the summer. We recruit from all around the world. He looks for players who, played in the Canadian Hockey League or in college who couldn't quite make it but have a feel for the game and can skate. And we do clinics and we recruit from all over the place. And then we work the officials, the young officials, through the ECHL and then the AHL, and then the good ones work their way up. You've got to be knowledgeable about the game. You've got to have a feel for the game. You've got to be passionate about the game, and you have to have the commitment to go through the rigors of being an official at the NHL. I don't think there's a harder job to officiate, and our guys don't get the credit they deserve. I mean, they are moving with the flow of the game. They've got to skate like the players. It's physical. They got to stay out of the way. There's a lot going on really fast, and it is remarkable how good a job they do and how much they get right. And video replay for us has really vindicated their performance even more.
Yeah, and I like that they've adapted with the video replay as opposed to fight against it, it feels like. And it makes sense that it's ex-players, a lot of them that are kind of getting in there, because that's the chirps, the refs chirp. They're like, they do makeup calls too. Like, hey, had to get you for one.
No. They call, they used to be the old thing.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, they definitely don't do that. But if there is a mistake, it does feel like the refs and the players are all on the same page on like, hey, this is how this has to kind of go. We love the synergy, it feels like, that the refs have with the players, because obviously they're all sharing it. And I'll say this, the refs are in incredible shape. I mean, we're talking massive quads. They're skating a lot.
They have to be. It's interesting. When I took over the league, in the Stone Age, the fact is that we had 2 linesmen and 1 referee. I mean, and to think that one guy could have called it all was nuts. And one of the first things we did was say, we need to go to a 2-man system. One, to have more eyeballs, twice as many, but also it kept our guys in the game longer because they didn't have to skate quite as much and didn't have quite the same responsibility. But again, our officials are trained and recruited and critiqued on an ongoing basis. They're held accountable. The amount of video that they get after each game and it's circulated among all of them, if there's a particularly interesting or difficult call, I'm really proud of our officiating department.
Yeah, you should be. Sounds like everybody's trying to aim for it. I think the NFL will have a vote on Thursday to ratify a new deal with the Refs Association. Hopefully it models a lot of what you guys have going on. Now, let's talk about the future of your game. Last night, hey, you were Sinatra out there hosting this entire thing. Go ahead, Con Man.
Yeah, Gary, fantastic work last night with the lottery. It was very fun to watch. It's very entertaining. Hopefully this is something that even the NBA maybe considers doing as a whole. But the Toronto Maple Leafs end up getting the first overall pick. Of course, people on the internet aren't happy, but specifically Bruins fans and Flyers fans weren't too happy about it. Was there a thought going into it about the fallout with the next couple drafts with the unprotected pick and this being technically the Bruins pick, but it was protected, so now it's moved forward? How is that whole thing going to work out?
Those are the terms of the trades, and because we have a lottery system and teams can move up, frequently the terms of the trade have a protection in there under certain circumstances, because I'm not sure anybody wants to feel like they've traded away the number 1 pick if that wasn't their intention. What was interesting about last night, and ultimately, we don't care who wins. We want the system to be pure and have integrity, which it does. But when you see the result last night, there's no incentive in our game to lose to get a better pick. The 5th team moved up to the first slot. The 19th team ranked in terms of inverse order of the standings from the regular season moved up to the second slot. And so if you lose more, it doesn't necessarily assure you of anything. Yeah, it may increase your odds a little, but not enough that anybody's perceived to have an incentive to lose. And I think that's the most important thing, both for the draft and leading up to it at the end of the regular season.
Yeah, I think with your sport, it feels like your culture is not of one to ever give up or try to lose in anything. So to have a system to benefit that is, I think, a good thing. The Toronto Maple Leafs obviously are in the middle of a big change right now. They just hired a new GM. People are really pumped about it. Sounds like that press conference went great. But the Toronto Maple Leafs, for American people that aren't like hockey fans, I think they're viewed as like the Dallas Cowboys in Canada. A lot of hype, a lot of fans everywhere. Not as many cups, though, as the entire thing. So everything Toronto does, highly scrutinized. Is that accurate, Gary, everything they do? And now Gavin McKenna going in to the mixer up there with Austin Matthews, maybe takes them, maybe Toronto, maybe a Canadian club wins a Stanley Cup. That's all possible now because of the NFL draft lottery last night.
I think that even in the United States, the original 6 clubs, of which Toronto and Montreal are a third of the original 6, they carry a cachet not just throughout our league and particularly in Canada, but they also carry cachet in the United States. And I think that hockey fans in the U.S., while they pay attention to all of our teams, I think they particularly pay attention to Toronto and Montreal because of the histories that they have.
Yeah, I like watching Biz just kind of crash out. It feels like there's a lot of Canadians that ride, public Canadians that ride with the Toronto Maple Leafs. And
listen, the passion for the game, particularly in Canada, is great. I mean, we're in Canada, we're like the NFL is here, but on steroids.
Yeah, second best in the world too. Women and men's hockey. It's pretty good.
Not bad.
Canada's top 3.
Pretty good.
That was a subtle jab, but that's
subtle,
okay.
Yeah, for Canada. Now, Canada's certainly taking a couple with me as well, but on that note, we love the sport. We love hockey. We're very appreciative of it. Let's talk about what's happening right now. Not only numbers up, obviously the style of play, you name it, everything's great. How we got to this point, certainly a conversation piece. Go ahead, Tone.
Yeah, Commissioner, obviously you changed the playoff format about a decade ago, going away from the 1 through 8 and focusing more on the divisions and division matchups. I know it's a hot button topic every playoff season. Are you guys happy with the current playoff format, or is there any thought of ever going back to the 1 through 8?
Well, some people have that thought. I personally don't. What we have has worked really well in terms of the series that develop, in terms of how the playoffs play out, in terms of the races to get into the playoffs with the wild card. Our regular season goes down to the wire for virtually all of our clubs. Maybe we had a handful of less teams that weren't in it for the last couple of weeks. And we get longer series. As a general rule, we had 6 of our 8 first-round series win at least 6 games. That's extraordinary. You get more games, you get more compelling seasons. I mean, yes, there are people who are always going to have preferences for other things. One of the great things about sports, and particularly sports fans, is their passion and their wanting to constantly debate things. But from our standpoint, mine at least, I think it's working well, and I don't see the need for a change. But we always talk about everything, because if there are things we can do to tweak what we have and make it better, we're not adverse to at least considering it if we don't do it.
Do you think the Avalanche should have to play with somebody in the penalty box the entire game?
They're playing awfully well, as is Carolina, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
So, but the playoffs are off to a great start, which is why the ratings, is where we started this conversation, are as strong as they are. It all starts with what takes place on the ice and how terrific our game and our players are.
Yeah, we're big fans of the Caniacs down there. They've been riding down there for a long time. Now they get a chance to potentially ride. That Colorado team, though, looks... I mean, they're really rude. They're rude, too.
Physical. Love physicality.
So
I mean, they are rude. They 5-2, they're up at the end, still pounding. Like, hey, listen, we're still playing here. This is
I mean, the first game, 15 goals. I mean, it was crazy in a good way. It was fun to watch.
14 goal scorers. 14 goal scorers, Gary. That is, I'd say that's an okay night for just a casual hockey fan to turn it on. Holy shit, does everybody on the ice score? Is this how this thing goes?
And then the inverse of that, I was in Tampa on Sunday night, and that series, every game was decided by one goal. It was incredible to see.
Yeah, it's been a great playoff. Now, on that note, go ahead, D-Bud.
Yeah, Commish, Pat mentioned seeing you in Pittsburgh last round. What's the travel schedule like now, and how do you decide which games to go? You that Lulu hoodie, you might be hopping on the plane here soon. And how do you decide?
I like that, huh?
Very, very clean.
Super chill.
I try to get to places I haven't been. When I saw Pat in Pittsburgh, that week I was in 5 games in 5 nights, and I was back in the office every day because we're in the middle of doing budgets, so I have to do my day job as well. So I bounce around, and I try to get to places when I don't have other commitments that I have to take care of in the office.
How's the budgets going? We're doing pretty good, huh? Yeah, things are going well.
We're working on it. Work in progress. All the department heads always want to hire more people and spend more money, which is good.
Yeah, bureaucracy's great. Remember, meritocracy's the champ, though.
Yep.
And you guys certainly have all the talent in the world. Tell Paisano we appreciate the connection here, and thank you for taking the time, Mr. Commish.
Pat, it's always great to be with you and your guys, so thank you for having me, and enjoy the playoffs.
You're the man. He does look cool in that Lulu.
Very clean.
It's a great hoodie.
Let me go back to this. Get back to this P&L sheet here. What's got going on here, the man. Ladies and gentlemen, Gary Bettman.
Yeah, Gary.
He's in it.
Oh, yeah.
Every day he's in it. Anytime we talk to him, he's doing something for hockey. Like, anytime. There's never a time where I've accidentally interacted with Gary and he's not doing something. He is always in there. And that's like, super growing league. Not saying the NFL doesn't have the hungry dog kind of motive. But you listen to Jesse Cole with Savannah Bananas.
Sure.
They sold 102,000 tickets down there in Texas A&M. It's like he's thinking about still so much growth, like trying to become. It's like Gary Bettman and the NHL are still thinking, like, how can we get this game to more people all the time? Like, all the time. Not that the NFL isn't thinking that, but I'm just saying the NHL knows that it can still grow immensely, and their sport is certainly only getting better, and they already have the business in place. They're already making money. It's like the NHL is in a great spot, and I think the more people that watch hockey, the more people love hockey.
Yeah, and it's hard to argue that there's other sports that can do what they can do. It's probably the last sport where the lowest seeded team can go on and win the entire thing. Like, even in the NFL, if you're talking about 7 seed in the wild card making a run, sure, that can happen. It hasn't happened for a very, very long time, at least since they've gone to 14 teams, 7 in each conference. Baseball, typically not the thing because of the spending. NBA, we've seen it, really 7 and 8 seeds can't get the job done in the end. NHL, literally any team can have a hot goalie or someone who just, catches fire. McKinnon, who's hitting everybody, scoring 3 points a night. That can happen in hockey, and it is one of those things. Hey, the more eyes we get on this thing, the more people are going to love it.
Really bright. It's on, like, day mode. I don't know what your phone is. It could be day mode or night mode.
Need lights on to watch it.
Hockey is very bright.
Yeah.
That 10 o'clock game, you might as well just have a flashlight on in the bedroom.
A lot of white.
You know what I mean? That thing is just...
That puck. I'd be able to follow the puck.
No, yeah, certainly. I'm just saying it's a really bright game. That's what I'm realizing with these super late hockey games.
And it gets loud sometimes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The barns get really raucous, which we love. And sometimes I will happen to fall asleep maybe, and I miss the whole second period, and then middle of third period, something goes crazy. I open my eyes. It's like I'm walking out of a casino in Vegas at 6 a.m.
Sure.
The sun is just blinding me. That is what the ice is doing from the TV.
Yep.
So if we could somehow figure that out, I'd appreciate that.
That'd help.
If we could I could have a setting on my television that I basically say, like, hey, if you think I've fallen asleep, you know me pretty good at this point. Maybe we dial that fucker down a little bit. Because that thing is on phone, iPhone flashlight, all the way up.
Yep.
That's not a dial. That thing is really white. Just
1,000%.
Maybe get some Boise State type rinks. You know, the Colorado Avalanche. Let's get some blue ice.
Now we're talking.
We need to do the Savannah Bananas of hockey.
Yeah.
Yes.
Dark ice. Yeah, lay a black tarp under the ice.
Cosmic.
Leave my sport.
Cosmic hockey.
Fans would love that. The traditional fans will love this.
Hockey, but louder.
Bring the glow pop.
All right.
That worked out.
Hockey, but loud. Yep.
I'll tell you, LIV was an ass execution of an idea that had a $5 billion budget. It's
not dead
You say it was. What do you mean was?
Yeah,
It's not, they're getting infusion of cash, aren't they?
I saw Louis Vuitton, Travis Scott's, okay? I have faith in him. That was good to see. I thought he looked cool.
Yeah.
Guy who's the new CEO of LIV. I hope he does a great job. They've already used $5 billion. I don't know if they have access to another $5 billion, but maybe they won't need it because it's a completely different direction and maybe he has great ideas. Feels like LIV is dead. Yeah, it does feel like that's the case. People's contracts are for another few years. Rom's gone in there and said, hey, they're really good contracts.
Yeah.
So I don't know how I'm getting out of this thing unless the entire thing folds, which I guess could happen in the future. But the PGA community obviously now has to live with who do we let. Cam Young had an interesting answer. He said, I won't play against the best man. That's what I do. Let's go ahead and.
He did, but he didn't say just
But
let
he
him
also
in.
said it did feel like you were going all in or not.
Says it's a handful of them over there that he wants
There's less
to
than
play
a handful.
against every week.
Yeah, but
And that's the only ones we really care about, too, as spectators.
Yeah,
as well.
and I think we are kind of pitching this entire conversation just for a few people.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
2
just for
to
a few
3.
people. Now, those people, though, were the ones that were poached to go take on.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So that's why
They were
I
the
think,
biggest defactors.
Did you see us groundskeepers maybe for the tournaments? A couple of those,
Yeah.
AJ, did you see that?
Yeah, the old construction worker angle, make them work their way back into a tournament. Yeah, I guess it's not the worst idea.
What if they were a tee box? We've seen John Daly do it before.
What do you mean?
Put the tee between your butt cheeks?
Yep.
Okay, yeah, I don't know. Maybe Roll-Up will do that.
Something to think about.
Another idea was they come back to the PGA, they have to play all the events.
Every single one of them?
They have to play all
That'd
the
be
events.
hilarious,
Welcome
too.
back.
Yeah, for 2 or 3 years, you play every single possible event.
All the events until you win one. And then if you win one, you kind of test your way out of that.
I like that.
Okay, yeah, I like that.
Yeah, but you got to play at all of them. And for me as fan, I'll turn on some shitbag golf tournament on a Sunday, and I'll see 2 names that I know, and it'll be good for the PGA, be good for me as a golf fan.
Good idea.
You're back in the PGA. Okay, congratulations, you're playing in Wyoming at the Who Gives a Damn thing. Whatever it is. But it's on my TV because it's a PGA tournament, and now you have to play this because you're back in the PGA.
I like this idea a
Could
lot.
also start with strokes.
Okay.
Like, you got $150 million from, LIV. Boom, you're plus 15 to start this weekend.
Oh, because they do that with the FedEx Cup, so they already have precedent on giving strokes.
Bingo.
So this would be no different.
Nope. Same exact thing. It's just kind of a PIF tax.
That's what we're saying, though. We can think of so many ideas. I felt like we were kind of just shooed away on the.
Just roll out the red carpet, let him back in, and tell him thank you on the way back. Those fat checks, those elevated events.
Yeah, those other players better thank them.
This weekend,
No doubt.
the no-cut signature event. Ton of money.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Liv.
The 150 flat rates, so you're not just wasting 40 grand just in case you don't make the cut on Friday, and then you have to get back to it on Monday or Tuesday and do all that BS with the sponsors that they used to have to do.
Participation
You're
trophy
welcome.
bullshit talk going on right now.
You're welcome.
Well, I like what you guys are
Smart
spinning.
players.
I agree that it certainly made the PGA better to its players, treated the players better. I think that is very true and real, and I think they would admit that as well. But when it happened, it was very clearly like,
Oh, yeah. It was a war.
I'm going to kill you.
It was a war.
Now,
It's messed up.
That dissipated.
they lost,
It's messed up.
and it kind of did fizzle out. But there's going to have to be something. Especially whenever they say, hey, if you come by February 2nd,
Yeah. And
you're back.
Is there a path now, though? Is there a path for anyone to come back? Now
I think
deadline?
somebody's going through a year suspension or something, and then Brooksy was an alternative, I think, for a couple or something like that.
Yeah, he's at the elevated events. The last 2 of them, he went there as an alternate. No one dropped out of the field, so he left on Thursday. So he has not played an elevated event yet. But yeah, Brooks, $5 million to charity or whatever. But he was they had an option. Cam said it. All these guys had an option. Brooks was the only one that took that option. And now that LIV is folding, they're like, oh shit, I want to jump on that train.
Brooks was never all in.
Let's talk about. He had Nike. He stuck with Nike the whole time.
You're right.
Feels like he kind of. We watched the Super Swing series.
The full swing, yep.
There it is. And Brooks is in a bad spot. Felt like watching Brooks when he made that decision to go to LIV. He thought he was never going to be able to hit a golf ball to where he was aiming it again. That's what I learned from Super Swing.
Yeah.
So when he gets offered $200 million for golf, I think he thought, this is it. This is all I got. Then he found his game again. He was like, whoa, $200 million. But who am I playing against? Let's see. Hey, everybody else had to give up their Nike deal. I'm not doing that. I'm keeping my Nike deal. Okay. You're going to wear your Range Goats hat? No. I'm wearing a Nike
Smash
hat.
Mouth GC.
No, I'm wearing a Nike.
That's a sick name.
Smash Mouth?
Yeah. Smash, GC.
Do they still own these teams? Remember they're talking about how you get equity in the teams and all that? Are they worth anything?
Yeah, they're making a ton.
Investors?
Who's they?
Possibly you.
The team owners, Phil and Bryson and Bubba, they're making a ton.
I was pumped to see the amount of money go to the athletes. I don't want to continue to just say that. That's why I stuck up for LIV, because so much money was going to athletes and everybody was grandstanding about where the money was coming from. It's like, well, there's a lot of that money everywhere. Okay?
Everywhere.
So let's
In
not
the
get
PGA.
mad about, and now we all know that. Now everybody on earth knows that a little bit more than they did maybe in 2022. So I didn't like that the athletes were the only ones that were getting grandstanded upon. Like, you can't take that money because it's bad money. It's like, well, I just got Starbucks. I just I was down there in everything. Their money is there. We're tracing money for everything. So I was always seemingly, people would tell me that I was a pro LIV guy. I'm pro these guys getting a shit ton of money to be athletes. Now, I had eyes and I tried to find the LIV thing, couldn't find it, and it was ass when I found it. And I think I was pretty open about that for a while about that. So I'm happy the PGA and its professionalism and what it is continues to reign. But I would like to see everybody, but I don't think the people that made the decision to take $200 million being waltzed straight back in is fair at all to the guys that turned down $150, $200 million at the time and basically were forced into a you're bad people trying to take on things. So I think there has to be something. That's all I'm saying.
It's got to be a path. It's got to be a path where you can play your way back onto tour. And you got to have some kind. You shouldn't have to start from the absolute bottom. There's got to be some kind of way if you have status somehow and you are a guy that's won.
What if
you got to find a way back.
What was that show that the Big Break? Is that what they used to?
That was a great show.
They used to break the glass.
Love that show.
Tic-tac-toe with the glass, the whole thing.
Yeah.
Late night. That was right after the golf fix when you put the tube in the thing.
Big Unduffable. Great show.
Yeah, that's where I bought that's why I bought this.
Yep.
That's why I bought this right here, the Unduffable. Big Break. They weren't using this. I thought.
Is that like a fairway? Is it like a fairway wood or is that like a chipper around
anywhere?
I think it's a wedge.
That's unduffable.
It's a wedge. Dude.
Oh.
I don't duff.
Can you turn it sideways? Can we see it?
Turn that
I want to see the full. Okay, I got it now. I'm okay. I thought it was like almost like a wood.
And by the way, put that head on a brick wall.
Yep. Coca.
Cola.
Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah, that's all you got to do.
Ladies and gentlemen, a man who might be able to teach us about batting balls around a little bit is a guy who currently has an 839 OPS over the last 9 games.
That's good.
The man who's on a team that is currently in the middle of a 7-game win streak. It's starting to feel like the good old days with the lovable reunion as Grandpa Rossi is continuing to talk about what this Cubs team used to be. Young Chicago Cubs star who just signed a massive deal at the beginning of the season, living up to the hype, enjoying a winning streak. Ladies and gentlemen, Pete Crow Armstrong.
Yeah, PCA.
I like that. Wherewithal to clap for yourself.
Hi, boys.
Because if you didn't clap, you would have looked weird. So I appreciate you doing that. We kind of put you in a little bit of a predicament. I think you handled it well, just like you're handling the season well. How's life, brother? 7-game win streak feels good, I assume?
Oh, every time, yeah. It's fun playing good baseball at Wrigley. It's fun. We were just delayed for like an hour and a half the other day, but we still had 32,000, and it's always fun when the boys are coming up in big spots. You got everybody, 1 through 13 in this offense, kind of just making it count when they're called upon.
Okay, so 7-game win streak. I don't follow many baseball seasons in my existence. This year I am, though. This year I'm in. Okay, and I'm thankful for you and many of the lads at the World Baseball Classic for that, for me being in there. 7-game win streak. Is this normal throughout a good season? Like, what is kind of, because you guys play so many games, I assume you drop games and you just don't kind of care. You got to kind of move on. Is this a good length for a win streak? And what is the most you guys have experienced?
I think we had a 10-game earlier this year. You're really taking any you can get throughout the course of the year, grand scheme of things. Seven's a lot. So, you walk away from each one of those games kind of, feeling really good and celebrating those wins because they're hard to come by. As you are probably starting to find out watching this sport a little bit more is like, we're playing a division rival and they were hot before they came here. So, they could turn it on at any point as well. And it's just our job to kind of match that at any point.
Yeah, you're certainly doing that. What if this just becomes? What if you just win every game going forward?
That'd be crazy.
What if just through the entirety of the rest of the season, you guys never lose again? I guess that is possible. Now, I think there's one side of the entire Major League Baseball that's doing great.
Yeah.
And then the other side of baseball is kind of ass right now.
Yeah.
AL ass league is
Yeah,
what they're
only
saying
three
right now.
teams over 500 in the
That's
AL.
what they're saying. That's what they're saying. But the NL is a completely different story. Go ahead, Tone.
Yeah, Pete, I do have a question. Only 3 teams over 500 in the AL. Oh, but look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4. All 5 teams are over 500 in the NL Central. Obviously, you guys are up at the top there. Is that talked about at all with you guys and just being in the NL Central and how good the NL Central is right now, or is that something that you'll worry about farther down the line?
I mean, will we ever worry about it? Probably not. If anything, it's fun to be a part of a division that is kind of taking the game by storm this year with a lot of fun call-ups to be aware of, and Connor Griffin and J.J. Weatherholt and
Sal Stewart.
Shoot, Sal's balling. I think it's really good for the game. I don't think the Central is really. To me, it's never felt like the division until this year. But everybody's really fun to watch, and it's fun to be a part of. So at the end of the day, no, we're never going to worry about the standings until they tell us where we're going to be seated in the playoffs. I mean, the goal is to just make sure that you come out on top.
Know that the AL is ass right now. I know you guys, they're bad. They're bad over there. The NL Central, Skeens is cooking. Skeens starting to cook there. Yeah, he's on the bump, so let's make sure we got Look Alive out there, okay? And, thank you, PCA. You get it. You understand the deal. You understand what's going on. They're fucking hoisting cones over there, too. I don't know if you got a chance to be on the other side of that. They're dunking on people with cones right now.
I haven't really seen it, but I've heard the cone lore. Yeah, I have.
Oh, you don't want to feel it, brother. I'm telling you, that is not something you want to feel, PCA. Now, I will say the Pirates aren't trying to feel any type of PCA way either. We got a Hembo stat because you were coming on the show. We asked defensive runs saved, DRS, doctors, is a stat that dates to 2003. That's 23 years ago. Season record, 42 of them. Okay, shout out to Andrelton Simmons. That guy was a fucking Spider-Man out there. Season outfield record, 37. Kevin Clearmeyer. Pete Crow Armstrong, he's currently on pace for 45. You tell me, did you know about this stat? And do you feel like you're having your best defensive year or best year of your life thus far?
I'm aware of doctors, but I mean, my job is just to go make sure the ball doesn't hit the floor. So like, whatever stats can measure your defensive run saved, it's cool. But we've been taking a lot of pride in other little like baseball-y things that people may not appreciate as much.
Yep. Tell me these things so I can act like I know what they are whenever I'm having conversations with people.
Yep.
So when we're in LA, right, Andy Pages, the center fielder for the Dodgers, he threw 2 guys out at home plate. There was just this relay where he kind of like fielded the ball and threw it on the run. And normally you don't really see that from an outfielder, but when you got an arm like that guy, it was just in a super impressive play. So we're all super focused on just like getting the ball in clean to the right spot, really quick and efficiently. So, like Wrigley's a tough place to play. So when you can take away runs, that's huge because it's not always the easiest place to hit. But, this was one of the more impressive things I've ever seen. Like, I feel for our third base coach here because he sees that ball get all the way to the wall just about, and next thing you know, it's in the shortstop's hands. So it's just rare that you see an outfielder make a throw like that, and I think that is such an important part of the game that goes unnoticed sometimes.
So is this a doctor's right here? This is a doctor? This is a doctor?
It's got to be. It's got to be. I don't know enough about doctors that is, but to me, that's just a damn good play.
I like that you're learning, constantly learning, and also complimenting somebody else immediately upon us saying you might be the greatest in the history. D-Bud has a question for you, PCA.
Yeah, when your bat is as hot as yours is right now, how do you kind of manage, I guess, the aggression versus maintaining that plate discipline? Because when I'm out here playing wiffle ball and thunder, I want to swing at everything anytime I touch that ball. So how do you manage that? How do you balance that?
Hey, I'm a lot like you. That's always been the hardest thing for me, really. I mean, I love to swing the bat. I love to try and make stuff happen with the bat. So, I think the plate discipline was actually a little bit better. I would say a little over a week ago, but and before that, but when I start feeling sexier and I do start putting more balls in play, more balls in the air to the pull side, like I do end up swinging more, so I'm inevitably going to chase more, and that's just that's something I got to accept about myself. But I'm not going to walk that much, man. But when the bat's feeling good, then I got to let it rip sometimes.
Okay, you said when you're feeling sexier, some days you just go ahead and walk through that clubhouse. You take a little look at the mirror. Hell yeah,
Today's a good day.
Hell
That's
yeah.
right.
Today's a good day. Go out there and start swinging
right.
at everything. I enjoy that. Did ABS affect you guys at the beginning, you hitters? Because we thought Aaron Judge was maybe overthinking the ABS at the beginning, maybe coming out. If it's not a strike, it'll be able to get fixed if it's a strike. Was that messing with anything with you at all? Or is that just kind of us making up bullshit for you guys that kind of stunk at the beginning and now are doing great?
I mean, I think if you look at like the numbers or the success rate, like I think catchers, maybe pitchers, just because they've probably challenged less, have the best success rate. But
I think it's catchers.
The catchers.
I think catchers are at like 69% or something like that. I forget the number.
There you go. Makes sense. I mean, I think as a hitter for me, it's tough. Again, like the zone awareness is something that's kind of a work in progress for me. So like, it definitely messed with me a little bit. I was 0 for 2 to start the year on the challenges, and I was just kind of like, I'm never going to do this again. If I'm a guy like Aaron Judge who does handle the zone very well, if I was Aaron Judge at all, I'd be confident in every single one of my abilities. But our team's been pretty solid with it. Me, not so much. But again, I'm not going to be the guy that's like really making most of those challenges at all.
Do you love it or hate it? Has it been an overall good or bad for a game, you think?
I think we've definitely seen some moments where it's been really good, and then we've had like, honestly, I think we've had one game where it's kind of come back to bite us in the ass. But like, for the most part, we've made the most of the challenge system and made it work for us. And then, like late innings, having them is big, but with our catchers, like our catcher's been so solid with that. So I trust those guys to kind of just go do it whenever.
What's that bat that got introduced to my life?
Torpedo?
Torpedo bat. We using those? Are we still using torpedo bats?
Many are. I'm not, man. I can't figure out where the barrel is on those bats. Like it's
in a sweet spot.
Weird,
that's what it is. I heard it actually makes.
Yeah, they move it down. Like they move the sweet spot a little lower and like closer to the hands, and that's just a weird concept for my brain and my hand connection to grass. Where's he going, man?
We got a couple wiffle torpedo bats.
Yeah. So we saw what all the guys who were cheating were doing. They got a little different, they got this thing looking like a cricket stick, but it's got a bigger down here from what I've been told. And then this is old school here, just kind of the funnel effect, because you used to cut off the top of these, obviously. Mm-hmm. And
put tennis balls in them,
yeah, Louisville chugger right at the top of this bad boy here.
Yeah,
this thing, and then obviously a torpedo. Hey, you good? All right, see you soon. Hey, so this thing here, it was like a cheat code for a bit. And you're saying some guys just swing differently, and for you it's not like that?
I mean, I think the point of it is to like move the density of the like sweet spot down in a way that it actually helps your misses more. So like the balls you maybe wouldn't hit as well with like the normal barrel. I'm pretty sure you get more forgiveness, or at least like a higher exit velo or better contact on the balls you mishit. So I don't know. I just don't like feeling like the barrel is closer to my hands, because that's usually when I get jammed. So
me too.
It's just not a concept I can grasp.
So are you guys allowed to use 3 bats if you can hold it? Like if you felt pretty comfortable, would you be able to? Because it feels like this would be a much better success rate. What is the biggest? Is there a
barrel size? Is there a barrel size like that you have to?
Yeah, because wouldn't we want that thing to be the biggest?
Is it -3 still?
Like Fred Flintstone.
Bingo. Yabba dabba do that shit. Can we get that thing like
Hard to keep up the bat speed, I would assume.
No, not for
But
PCA.
what if you could?
Yeah, if your jaw.
How big is your bat allowed to be? What is your bat? What is a normal bat? And how big is a bat allowed to be? We're just trying to brainstorm here how you could become, maybe Mark McGuire without eating all the,
vegetables. Sure.
Yeah, the vegetables, the vitamins. Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you looking out. This could help me in the long run. I swing a 34-31, so that's 34 inches, 31 ounces.
Like pant size.
That's standard.
That's Actually,
This is 34-31 and a half.
There you go.
Boom.
Yeah, that's close to what I swing. That's just a half ounce heavier.
Give it a cut.
No big deal. Yeah, sorry.
I have a cup in there. A lot of guys swing a similar size. A lot of guys swing like a 33 and a half, 31. I don't know, man. I have this Jose Bautista bat from when he played, and it's like it's like the Fred Flintstone club. Like it is a dense piece of wood, and I don't know if it's legal anymore, but I wish I could tell you what the legal limit was for barrel size.
2.61 inches in diameter, 42 inches in length. Okay, is that the girth there, the diameter it's talking about?
That is the girth.
Okay, so 2.61 inches in girth that these things can have, and that makes sense. You know what I mean? Especially for you baseball guys, that makes a lot of sense. You know what I mean, PC?
Pretty on brand, yeah.
You're the man. Thank you so much for taking time. Good luck to your Cubs as you guys continue on this win streak, hopefully, of good times. Maybe till the season's over.
Maybe.
And
yeah.
Fuck, why not?
Could happen.
Why not? Let's just not lose ever again.
Get the 2.61 non-flaccid. Get this thing to 42. Let's start banging balls all over towns, all over the place. We appreciate you, ladies and gentlemen. That's Pete Crow Armstrong.
Yeah, PCA.
Pizza bruh.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Love Pete. How old is he again? Did we do
25, 24, 25?
Yeah, 24, I think.
Because Cam Young is 28.
28,
I believe. He's 24.
24,
I mean, come on. The next generation of sports in a great place. We're incredibly lucky that we get to have those convos because we can start acting like we did them. Hey, the doctors on that one guy for the Angels who robbed 3 home runs in the outfield, it's got to be outrageous.
Well said.
More on that tomorrow as SportsCenter takes it away from here. I think, the show that's going to follow us is going to be a big announcement.
Really?
Oh, really? That was a good ending.
Jeez, what a tease.
Big announcement.
I think there's
SportsCenter?
Okay.
Is there really?
I don't know. I don't know. I know too much, but not enough. This is one of those things.
That's a good spot to be in, though.
Sometimes.
No, I think it's worst place to be, which is kind of where society is right now.
You're right. I was thinking the opposite.
We all know too much, but not enough.
Yeah,
that's
you want to be
well
a little,
said.
but not enough.
That's kind of where we
or
are.
People think they know a lot.
Bingo.
But definitely
a little bit of information is dangerous.
Yeah, but we have a lot of information all of a sudden, but we don't really
You're
know.
flooded with it. It's all part of the plan.
Yeah, exactly.
They flood you with a bunch of information, so you never really know what the truth.
Whose plan are you talking
Now, let's talk about they. Who's they that you're talking about?
I don't know. I've been trying to figure out who they is for 42 years now. I can't figure it out.
You know what I'm not doing? I'm not joining them on a cruise ship ever again.
No.
Yeah, I think we're going to take that away from, the McAfee plans.
The Rolodex?
Forever. Yeah. Now, Age, we know you love a good cruise, but boy,
What is this virus? This weird virus? It's
the Hanta virus.
It's a Hanta virus.
Like Fanta, but Hanta.
Don't you wanna Hanta? No.
We don't wanna Hanta. It is that has to be worst case scenario. It took us back to the poop cruise. You remember that a couple of years or back in during
great
COVID?
doc or a great little doc they did on that.
That would be scary, man. That'd be a scary situation. Obviously, T's a piece for everybody. But that one sounds like it's kind of hit the algo pretty good.
Yeah, but not new. Just so we can clarify, when it's not some virus that is
made in a
brand
lab.
new. This is.
Well, I think we're going to learn a lot about a lot of that. Hopefully, finally.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sure.
But they'll probably just over information everything, and then we probably won't learn anything.
But then Aaron Rodgers will come out and say,
He should come on to talk about this.
I think he's a little more occupied now.
What's he doing?
Yeah.
He's not doing those 500-page.
He's boning.
He's doing 500 pages of boning.
Potentially, he might be writing a book on boning.
I mean, how long is the Kama Sutra?
Good question.
Has he been to the jungle too? There's so many different.
Well, we know,
Yeah, that's where the Hanta virus is.
Well, welcome to the jungle. You know what he's bringing? A lot of pain.
It's wood.
Let's just be careful joking about this virus.
I'm sick of you always doing this.
This isn't a new virus.
I'm just saying, last time this happened, Foxy said, oh, yeah, this will be done in 2 days, and we're done with it forever.
Foxy or Fauci?
And then 2 years later.
Foxy or Fauci? I didn't hear what you said because there's a couple people over talking that because I was told 2
Same
weeks
guy, basically.
Officially. Now, I will say, we didn't miss a day.
Nope.
No.
We were safe, 6 feet. We didn't make eye contact for a few days as we were told not to do that.
None of us got it.
Got vaccinated.
But there was no way any of us could have expected what happened then. Okay?
Losers.
We would like everybody to get up and exit the arena immediately. Do not panic, but if you do not leave, everybody could die. Do not panic. Please get out of the fucking arena. March Madness has been canceled. The NBA has been canceled. Everything has been canceled. Stay in your house for fucking ever. Do not panic. Ah! Actual.
Yeah.
Can't be having that again as a society.
No.
Let's go ahead and fight this Hanta. Let's haunt Hanta.
So
Well said.
is it only on the cruise ship right now as far as humans go?
No, because it has been, it has occurred other places. I believe there's a guy in Switzerland. Like this is a common thing. I think because it's on a cruise ship, the cruise ship itself
tiny cruise
is
ship.
a bigger deal. Yeah, it's a small.
Almost not even a cruise ship.
It's not Carnival
did they
like you're
burn it?
thinking.
What's that?
Did they burn the cruise ship once they got all the people off and just?
They're still on it.
I don't know if they got everybody off.
I saw news they did get off.
No, Spain said go land in the Canary Islands. You're
Yeah, but
good.
I saw.
Yeah, I sent in a.
Recently updated.
Yeah, I think Canary
Whatever
Islands.
the case, we hope everybody's okay.
Wow.
We hope everybody's okay.
Well,
We're not doing the whole thing again. The whole thing again.
Yeah, I refuse.
Whole world shut down.
Can't.
I feel like a lot of people would probably resist more this time.
3 evacuated off cruise ship with suspected hantavirus cluster. World Health Organization says.
What's the fatality rate?
Nope, we're not getting into it because I think Bailey McComas did some research earlier, which is always fascinating, and he dropped some percentages on us. That,
Oh, okay, yeah, let's not share any percentages he dropped.
Exactly, thank you. But he might be right, and we don't need to be.
Well, and who's giving those?
There's some votes, though, that are happening. I don't know if you guys heard about this.
Wait, what?
Big news coming out of the American Football Coaches Association, which is the union for the coaches. They voted in a vote last week. The AFCA board swung its support behind 1, a playoff with max participants, 24. 2, discontinuing conference championships as a whole. Okay, the game that decides the champion, where you play all season to earn your way in there. That has become quite a hot button topic over the last few years as teams that are trying to make it in the playoff are forced to play in a conference championship. Don't want to play in a conference championship because if they lose in a conference championship, it's going to be held against them for the playoff. But if they didn't play in a conference championship like some of their foes, they wouldn't have another loss. So now all of a sudden, does conference championship game matter? Why are we doing this? It's an extra game people get hurt that are going in the playoff, or somebody to potentially make their resume even worse going in the playoff. A lot of the big conferences have hated the conference championship game over the last few years. I assume that the fans will still love it and everything like that, but the Coaches Association said we're good with it. And then also, we'd like to end the college football playoff by the second week of January. Okay, second week of January. This year, the upcoming national championship is January 27th.
Damn.
Second Monday of January could be January 8th, technically, or if the math was to work out with a Monday being January 1, which would obviously be great for everybody's schedule. As you start a new week, you start a new year. But nonetheless, they're trying to take a few weeks off. They're trying to say no more conference championship games. There's also, I think, a bye week that goes from 2 down to 1. So this has been voted on by the American Football Coaches Association. Now, upon hearing this, we go, oh, this ain't a bad idea. Okay, it's nice. It certainly does mean something. Then we reach out to Source Says, and they told us basically, that's cute, coaches. Okay, we're fucking in reality here. All right? We got 5, 6, 7 more years of deals with a lot of money going to a lot of your pockets and to a lot of your schools, okay, that are having a conference championship game. And the dates have already been. So we appreciate your vote. Duly noted is kind of what we were told that this vote was kind of a piece of it. But the AFCA has voted in things in the past, and it's gone publicly broadcasted and then ended up happening. So I do think this is a massive sign of like the coaches just basically saying, hey, we would be good with this if you guys were to pass this. And I think the people that are to pass it say, okay, well, wouldn't it have been nice to maybe vote on this if you understood what we kind of have to do and are kind of a part of? So I think that is kind of where we lie right now, AJ.
Man, yeah, I guess just putting it out there on the radar. But when I first saw this, I'm initially thinking, okay, like what if us as a show got together and we voted something we wanted the NFL to do? We're just suggesting something. That's basically what's happening, right?
Yes, that is kind of what this is. Funny, you weren't in, so we made multiple calls this morning just to kind of see what this meant. You were not here. You did not get to experience this. I'm appreciative of you thinking the same exact way that I kind of thought as well. As soon as I heard this, I was like, I don't think this matters. So then we call a couple people, and everybody that we called that would know was like, cool, thank you. We hear what you're saying. But this doesn't, no. This means absolutely nothing. And we're also told that the coaches were not given any information or asked for any information about things that are like kind of non-negotiable. So from my understanding, this is the coaches saying we'd be okay with this. But the actual, decisions that have to be made are happening by people that are like, we can't. Thanks for putting that out into the universe. Now we look like even bigger assholes whenever we have to do what we have to do, because that's not the reality of this current situation. Because although people hate it, and it certainly is something that people can say ruins things, the money and the business behind it all, especially now for college football, is a massive piece of it. And there's some things I think that like some of the people that are voting on this are like, are you taking pay cuts then so we can get out of, if that's what you're voting, is that what you want to do? Because we have to find $1 billion somewhere to give back if we want to do all these changes. So I think we're nowhere near a final decision being made on all this, but I do appreciate the fact that we're all trying to push it to like, hey, we need a better schedule. We need better this. We need this. I think the coaches are saying that as well.
Yeah, like it's cool for football, for the coaches. Like, yes, all these things are done. One last game. The season's over basically before the portal or around when the portal is, so those teams don't miss out on as much. But we celebrated it yesterday. The Big Ten made, $1.3 or $1.4 billion, and every single school got 75 or 78 billion. Like those conference games, more games in the entire year, basically. Like that is what it's all about, and it's not just football. Like that money that the schools get, it helps a lot of sports, not just football. So like even if it's just the football coaches, like you would also think the schools themselves would probably want it to be the way it is now and not these changes.
Just the reaction of, okay, was awesome.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it was one of the greatest reactions I've seen to something in a while. Multiple responses just going, we already got enough on our plate. We know, geez, we got 1,000 things we got to answer. And now coaches are doing a vote without information. And now it's getting public. And it's like, I think everybody wants the right thing. What is the right thing? What's reality, too? Mm-hmm. Like, what's actually possible in it all? Because January 27th National Championship, that one's locked in.
That's crazy.
I think that one is locked in.
That's the one that needs to be figured out. Because the last week of the season.
25th, sorry, not 27th.
The regular season is November 28th or whatever it is. It's the last week in November, Thanksgiving weekend. And then you have 3 or 4 weeks off till the playoffs. And then after the semifinals, you have, I think last year was 13 days or whatever between the semifinals and the finals. That's absurd. Like the coaches are putting these things out, just kind of trying to throw things out there. I think the schedule, because we've talked to coaches, I think the schedule is the one that they probably feel most passionate about, ending closer to January 1st. Maybe not January 1st. That's probably why they didn't put it there. But for the portal and everything, the coaches wanted to end earlier than January 25th.
Yeah, it's late. We would like it to end.
For the players.
We would like
to
player safety.
The player safety, the long season, and the players going to the next level. Like you're ending at the end of January. The combine is a few weeks later.
A month later.
Pro days. You got prep for draft. Like that's a long time.
Right into the longest season of your life coming up in the NFL, which is obviously hard. The rookie wall is a hit for everybody, especially for those that play late into the college football playoff. If it gets to 24 teams, I mean, without any adjustments that these coaches have voted for, I mean, this thing's going to go till past Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So hopefully there is some changes. I also can appreciate the fact that the coaches are like, nobody listens to us. Yeah. Nobody listens to us.
Yeah.
This decision is being made by suits and people that aren't a part of this entire thing. Maybe we should just we'll just put out everything that
They're
the good guys.
We have all agreed on. Hey, we would like the world to know that we as coaches think that this would be the right answer. And then the suits that have to make the decision are like, that's not possible. I wish we had a golden plated road that we could all just walk down in this entire thing. It's like, well, we're just letting the world know this is what we want. So fucking make it happen. It's like, We got 4 different networks, 5 different streaming companies. We got 5 different leagues that have 5 different contracts. We have deals that were just negotiated. We got some off games to CW, I think, is having some
Yeah.
We got a lot of there's a lot of sports. There's a lot of timing. They did go down from 1 transfer portal there, right? It used to be 2, now it went down to 1. Coaches voted for that publicly. That ended up happening. So I think they are trying to get it done. I think everybody is in the mindset of trying to make it better. I do believe that. How we get there, though?
So much money on the line. That's what I'm saying. If you have like a solution, you got to find a way to make up for the money you would lose if you didn't do it the way they're doing it now.
Speaking of the money, the Redbird private equity Big 12 deal.
Yes.
$30 million per team if they wanted to tap into it. We did a little research. I think it's a pretty high interest loan, basically.
Oh, okay.
I think there's other options for money that have much less interest rates if universities needed money. So I think it is at the point where could definitely get it, but also it would not be considered a good amongst what comps are for getting money, if that makes sense.
Yeah, there was always we knew there was something.
Because nobody was taking it.
Correct.
So you got to be giving up a lot here. It turns out it's just like a loan. The payback is it's rated 10%, just under 10%. So it's like a 9.99%. I think there's other options that people could potentially get.
Yes.
Though. Yeah. I took out a couple loans.
Some low yield bonds.
Totaled in $40,000 in college. Oh, yeah. Because of commercial, I saw 130.
You get a good rate?
It was like 27%.
like the lockout loans guys were taking.
Yeah, exactly. I did that at West Virginia University right from my dorm. $20,000 first.
I didn't even think about the lockout. How many loans were being taken out?
Oh, yeah.
Like 40% interest. Yeah.
Yeah. They got me. But I just thought I'd be in debt like everybody else if I didn't make it to the league. Yeah. And if I made it to the league, I'd be able to pay it back.
I mean,
and I paid it $75,000 back on that $40,000.
Worked out.
I didn't. I'm joking. I certainly did. But there's the cash advance places that obviously taking it. Like there's always the interesting thing of getting money for what you're giving up is always the constant convo. We've been having it. I've been having it.
Yeah.
It's like
everything.
It's a constant conversation. Like what do you take? What is owed? What's going to be held over your head all the time? It's kind of like what you need to balance in this life, whether it's money, whether it's anything, literally anything.
Like getting something free. If someone wants to gift you something cool, hey, I don't want the strings attached. That's gonna come with that.
Never. It's one of my rules. It's literally one of my rules. I think it's one of the first things that I teach.
I said to you the other day.
Yeah, I think Foxy am I your only boss other that golf course? I guess you didn't really work at.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. So one of the first things Foxy I taught him was like, hey, nothing's free, bro. We don't take shit. People hold something over your head for the rest of your life. You take a pair of pants from somebody. So just, hey, remember No, you didn't. No, you didn't. No, you did not. I mean, we get sent stuff here, and then all of a sudden we get fucking attacked.
Exactly. Someone puts it up on auction. And it's
Bingo.
Like, who the fuck did that?
It was us. Yeah. It was us that did that.
What are we
talking
about?
I mean, it's just a never ending. You can't do it. Nothing is free. Nothing is free in this world. Okay, especially in the mind of the person that is giving the thing. That is you'll give me back later.
Yep.
But you give stuff to people with no strings attached. Like people still do that. Like I do. Like it doesn't have to be that way. I should say. But it is.
It's good business, I guess. It's good business, what they say. How about Gary Bettman? Good convo.
Gary's great. He was chill, relaxed.
Casual Gary. I like it.
Good hoodie.
I was in the middle of balancing the budget. 5 games, back in the office every single day.
Well, that's the thing. That's why he's so casual. The Canadian Sabres is going to, we love the Stars. The Wild in the Avalanche, but that's kind of one-sided. Like, he's got the 7-game banger coming up here tonight in the best arena.
And the Barns.
Yeah.
Both
He's probably going to Buffalo tonight.
Yeah.
That's so close.
I haven't seen the Bladen boys from Buffalo.
No? They'll be out tonight.
They've been icing their feet, icing their legs, getting ready.
Got a few days off.
I'm not glad. I'm bummed out the Bruins lost. I'm so excited now to kind of not root for the Sabres, but appreciate them even more now that we don't have to go up against them.
Experience
the Sabres more. Like I'm excited to see what the Blades boys do with the Canadians jersey on some sort of doll that they are fighting with their rollerblades on in the middle of downtown Buffalo.
Yeah, I'm pumped for it as well. And then Ducks, Golden Knights, hello, electricity. Remember last time, coach for the Ducks, who kind of looks like a cartoon character, almost had his head explode whenever he was so pissed off about a non-icing call that led to the game-leading goal. Ah, you see?
Yeah, he's got some Looney Tunes in him.
Okay, push
no
the
doubt.
guy's backs. They're always just have to pull their neck. They're always worried he's going to hit him in the back of the head.
Oh, my daughter watched a movie recently. He's a character. I forget which one it was. Maybe Up. There's probably a bunch of them, but
Yeah, I think Up. You're taking Up, I bet.
yeah. There's a new one, Swapped, that just came out.
On Netflix?
Really?
Yeah.
I almost watched that.
Animated thing?
It's an animated thing. It was #1 in the kids thing, and obviously any animation is going to capture Kenzie for a bit. Just it's so talented. It's crazy what all these kids movies are, man. Just so negative at the beginning, just to lock you in,
Teach resilience.
just to lock you.
Battle adversity.
Like, I mean, it's right there.
That's the Disney kind of formula. Let's kill the parents right away, and then let's bring them back.
It was the Lorax, is what I see.
Oh, Lorax does look like that. Yeah.
Guy sold air on that. He's kind of Loraxy. I'll tell you what, I enjoyed the Lorax.
Lorax is cool.
Yeah, protector of the force.
They're all
He's
good.
also got the Bugs Bunny Hunter.
Can you put the Lorax up a little bit, maybe? Can we put them next to each other? Is that yeah.
Oh,
Go back to him.
That looks like.
Well,
Cool, baby.
He looks like the hunter that tried to kill Bugs Bunny.
Elmer Fudd?
not as fun when the rabbit has the gun. Or,
Yeah.
I hope we see him tonight explode.
He might.
Loraxes love marshmallows. Maybe the refs should think about giving the coach a marshmallow.
Toss him
Shut
one to
up,
him.
Joel.
I'm not a big marshmallow guy.
Me either. I think that. I
What
think-
about with s'mores though? What about
Yeah,
put them on
pretty
fire?
Not a big s'mores
It's
guy. 'cause
never
of the
something
marshmallow.
I'm going to buy.
Not a Rice Krispie treat guy either.
I'll do a s'more.
different.
I'll do a s'more because it's the vibe. It's the community. S'more is a thing. You're very rarely doing that by yourself.
Exactly.
I will do the s'more activity, but boy, I'd much rather just have the graham cracker with the Hershey chocolate. Just
What?
eat that. Just don't make me burn my fingers.
I'm with you.
Okay? Don't make me have to do it, but I'll do it for the community. I'll light that fucker on fire. Put that thing right in there. That thing will seep out over my thumb. I'll get third-degree burns. Hey! Do the whole thing. There's music playing. We're boozing pretty good. Probably some smoke happening. I'll do it for the vibes. But in my best life, that from the very beginning would have had no marshmallows in it.
Wow.
Yeah, agreed.
That's key ingredient. So that bag of Schmellos just laying around. You're not just.
Never.
You do?
What? Yeah. What?
When do you have one laying around, though?
When you're in a
Apparently
small
Making
time.
s'mores, or maybe the kids want to make some Rice Krispie treats.
Oh,
Whenever
yeah.
that bag is laying around, especially the jumbo ones.
When I was a kid, I
Talking about
roasted and ate like 8 to 10 marshmallows in a night, and later that night ended up catching the flu, so I puked all night. Marshmallow. I haven't touched one since. I think I was about 7 years old.
That's interesting. I had that with orange juice. Just the worst dumps as an 11-year-old, I think. Just running right through. I might have pooped my pants in public.
I had that with
Because of
SoCo
orange
in mine.
Juice?
Well,
Because of orange juice?
That's what I blamed it on for my whole life. I blamed it on. I assume it was something else that I had that was probably expired or something. It probably wasn't the orange juice at all, but I remember being very embarrassed publicly because I pooped my pants. And
That'll happen.
I tried
Were you
to
like, how old were you? 20 something?
age. I already said I was fucking like 11 years old.
I didn't hear that part. It cut out.
Yeah, I'm sure it did.
Adults poop their pants and talk about it
All the time.
So sounds like guys that can poop their pants here.
You guys jumped right on.
Sharding?
Yeah.
Are you sharding? You're talking about pooping your pants?
No.
Bullshit.
Yeah,
Full dump.
That
Take
should
full
not be
dumps in your
happening.
pants.
That should not be happening. How old are you? That should not be happening.
38.
I don't think.
How old are you?
You're
39.
taking a
I'm
full
38.
dump in your pants, Tone.
Huh?
Like my daughter
I
in her
didn't-
diaper
I
where
didn't
there's a
say
little.
I did, but I know people who do.
Who? Adults?
You know them too.
How old are they? 90?
They're in my grade.
Don't talk about the window washer like that.
Joe Hadley's not
No,
pooping
Joe's
his
not
pants.
pooping his
pants.
Joe
No, I know.
forces other people to poop their pants.
And if he did, he
talk
had the
about
tools to clean them right away.
And exactly, if you'd like your windows cleaned in Western Pennsylvania, you need to call Joe Hadley.
Yep.
412-795. I'm joking. I don't know what his number is.
Joe Hadley's window cleaner. Just Google it.
And his schedule is booked. Don't
got a lot of
fucking
time.
call him.
Call them.
He needs you. He's got a family.
A beautiful one.
Yeah.
Growing, obviously. But no, Joe Hadley's not pooping his pants. Who's pooping their pants?
Bowley?
Kaboli has pooped his pants.
Yeah.
Bowley's
Yeah.
definitely.
I have
pooped
full
his pants.
diarrhea in my pants, if you remember, like 3 years ago over February break after the Super Bowl.
Oh, yeah, you had the tacos.
Full, yeah, and that's probably the only experience I've had with food from one specific place that I'll never do again. But aside from that, like if you
Were you at home?
No, public.
I was on my way. I was on my way home. I was walking home. But if you just get back up,
Walking home, so that was a.
Oh,
No, that's when it started. It didn't actually happen till in my apartment.
You pooped your pants in your apartment?
Yeah, dude. It was crazy.
You made it all the way to the apartment and then just let loose as soon as you get in
I felt fine once I got back. I was like, okay, I'm good. Like, I just...
Oh, sat down.
Yeah.
Didn't even shower after. Just went to bed.
That's not true.
Smart play.
Took me like 2 hours to
Not
clean
a
up.
smart play. Oh, can you imagine?
That's the most efficiency.
Yeah.
You know,
Fucking
most-
army crawl to the bathroom. How do we?
yeah, you got to put plastic bags around your feet. What do you do?
I got close. I was in the bathroom when it happened. I was right there.
Oh, no.
Diarrhea on the wall?
I've peed on my pants before accidentally. I haven't peed my pants on
Yeah, that happens to me a lot, actually.
I peed on my pants.
Sure.
That's a moment you got to have with yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm in public right now.
Yeah.
How's that work, dude? You're an adult. You got to go speak to these people. Go to a hand thing.
Or splash like your whole...
That's
you know,
right.
both
Yeah,
your
that's
legs.
Fashion? You do fashion? You do fashion with
Yeah,
whole
have to.
legs?
Oh, sorry, guys. The sink exploded or something.
Or by the Tim Robinson pants.
That would be funny just to...
Yep.
I don't know what the Tim Robinson pants are, but yes, we should try to buy them. The splash of water just to make it look like it's a fashion move.
Got to.
Some
water pressure is crazy.
Yeah, a lot of guys had mayonnaise issues there for a while on their pants too.
Sure.
Remember that? People were having a lot of sandwiches,
Yeah.
mayo. I think Foxy was a big mayo.
Yeah, he was.
I hate mayo, actually.
Dork.
All right, dude.
I'm
Who
with
the
you,
fuck
Fox.
hates?
I'm with you, Fox.
Yeah, I don't. I'm not a mayonnaise guy.
What
Well,
the fuck?
we know you
You know,
would
yeah, you
be.
don't eat food.
I love coleslaw though. So, and I hear it's in coleslaw. We've had this talk, but yeah, I do love coleslaw. But I would never put mayonnaise on anything else.
I don't know if I've had that conversation with you, but I do appreciate the fact that you've had that before. It sounds like you've had to just kind of defend your mayonnaise hate while also liking something that mayo's in. That happens to me with like any creams, sour cream, cream cheese.
Ooh.
I don't like them, but then they're in recipes, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So
You don't like cream cheese?
no.
And I say I hate mayo, but it's basically on every sack of subs we get, and I still eat it. So it's like it's
Same.
Not, it's
Yeah,
not a
so
big
do you
deal.
actually hate it?
It's gotta
Yeah,
be.
exactly.
I can't see it. If it's snuck into a sack of subs going down. But if I'm
Especially
getting a
with
sub
nice
made
soggy
at
sack of
Publix,
subs.
I'm not getting mayo. I'm not telling them to put mayo on
Right.
shit.
I am starting to figure out. We got to figure out how to get good subs whenever we're traveling. I'm about sick of the shit.
You have
subs.
they have to leave the condiments off to the side. Let us put those on ourselves.
I have no complaints about the sack of subs.
No, but they are sometimes a soggy
The
sack of
wings.
subs.
How about the wings, though?
Wings are always 10 out of 10.
Hey, we're starting to figure out how to be a mobile operation, you know, and that's going to pay off, I think. I think that's going to pay off for us at some point. But we are kind of Rolling Stones of a shit. Not the band, but like actually just kind of pick up and move where we're at. And we've kind of got it figured out at this stage. I like what we're doing.
Yeah,
I'm pretty proud of us. Karen, also Miss Karen, knows exactly when, where, how, what needs to be there. We got a good little system going. I'm proud of us. That's a logistical nightmare, I assume, for a lot of people.
Definitely.
All that shit.
Half the battle.
Miss Karen, kind of a dog, a bit of a dog, a super dog, but the wings have become
Always 10 out of 10.
always a deliver.
The Sacco subs, just because half of it is sometimes soggy, doesn't mean you can't just take it off and turn it into like a sub pizza. It's just as delicious. And a way to maybe beat that is just we have like a designated Sacco subs schedule where someone just picks it up on the way. The only way it gets soggy is if it sits there for a while. If we pick it up,
And we know how some of the people, you know, they want that thing. You get soggy biscuit.
bingo, sitting on it.
What?
What's that?
What are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
I don't know. I'm genuinely confused.
Catch up, man.
AJ always eats all the cheese.
Soggy biscuit. I do like cubes of cheese. If it's on a plate, I'm eating it. If it's not fancy cheese.
Let's do some news, please. Have you heard from Aaron if it's going to be Arizona Cardinals this season, or if it's going to be the Pittsburgh Steelers, or if it's going to be a retirement tour? We want answers now.
I am not the guy to come to if you need answers about this situation. I tell you what, Ian Rapoport, he and Leah, though, they reported that Arizona does not seem like a likely outcome, right?
So
I think I tried to say that yesterday.
So anytime AJ says something that somebody else says, that's him finding out what's allowed to be said and then putting it on them as opposed to himself. We've seen it many times in the Aaron Rodgers offseason sagas. AJ just said, what did Rap say? Not happening? Okay, I'll go with what he's saying. That is AJ knowing and finding who he can retweet. That one.
Sure.
We've seen it before. We appreciate him doing that. He's done this in the past. Somebody said that he's still going to play football, right? Yeah, I think that would be the most logical thing. Because remember, there was a time where he was going to potentially retire.
Oh, yeah.
Then he went into a dark hole. I think he was planning on retiring. Comes out of the dark hole. Holy hell, it was Amish there for 48 hours. Had no lights, no power, no contact with the world. Had a bunch of text messages. He basically gets shoot out of the Packers. Oh, that's not how he wanted to go out.
Nope.
And now is he chasing a perfect finale?
Feels like it.
Will that ever happen at AA Arizona?
Nope.
You never know.
I'll go, what about the New York Jets? There was that photo rolling around. I don't know if it was real or not of him wearing that Jets sweatshirt recently. Have you heard anything about that?
He was wearing a Jet sweatshirt recently?
I think it was an old photo.
I think someone, just used good internet, and they got a lot of people. There's some new accounts that people aren't aware yet that are just troll accounts.
Oh, we're talking aggregating trolls.
Not even worse. More like, hey, this is to what Foxy just said.
Yeah.
Hey, this account says football. Let's call it Football Crave. They're the newest one, and they are the ones that are taking old photos and then basically making the caption like Aaron Rodgers spotted in a New York Jets hoodie leaving his hotel in
I'll
Malibu.
tell you what, the internet will get me sometimes, especially if it's like a highlight tape or a video from training or something like that.
Gets me all the time.
Was Malachi Tony wearing pants?
Yep.
Caprice.
What, he was?
Caprice.
With JSN?
Sweatpants.
Yeah, when he was training down there. First of all, love Jackson Smith and Jigba kind of opening up training for college guys looking to do or be the next generation. Also love that Malachi Tony, already established, already famous, already a dog, so comfortable in what he's doing. He just wears baggy clothes to a wide receiver workout. I love everything about it. That's a statement in of itself by Malachi.
Yeah, he's an absolute dog, and I love him crafting out there with I would say coming into this season, the best wide receiver in the National Football League right now. So you're always trying to get that edge. Down there in South Florida, a lot of these guys do this. College guys, high school guys, pro guys. It's one of the edges you get down there.
Are those snap pants?
I don't know
Are those
if I hope
throwback
so.
snap pants right there that Malachi was wearing? I do wonder. When we saw the, geez. That'd be cool. My knees would just blow up.
Good luck covering that.
Yeah, absolutely. Are those snaps?
They do look like it.
I thought they were jeans.
They're not snaps.
I think they're snaps. Those are snaps.
Sweats with some sauce on them.
I see some snaps.
He's
there's
snapping!
snaps. Yeah, there are snaps.
Malachi's snapping. Those are snaps. Yes, they're back.
No way.
I love it. Wait till you guys feel the swishy pants, snappy pants combo that's about to take over. You guys have no idea. Walk into a place, whoosh. How you doing? Keep it moving. Now, I will say, for the new snap community, you will very rarely unsnap any of those. Those will just become pants with snaps down the side. And every once in a while, one or two of them will get kind of unsnapped, and it'll be uncomfortable. There'll be a breeze that'll get through that you did not expect. Snaps, in theory, great. Didn't really live up to their potential, except for basketball warm-ups.
Yes. So cool.
Basketball warm-ups, very cool.
That's about it.
Life, not so much. Malachi Tony, he said, I want fucking sails around my legs, so it slows me down, so I have to train harder. I like what he's doing. He's like he's training at altitude.
I don't know if those are snaps.
Definitely snaps.
Look at it, Eva. There's a couple undone.
They're right there. Snap, snap, snap.
Those don't look like the Amazon snap pants I have. Those look like a little nicer.
Remember back at our school, everyone started going commando because everyone was pulling their snaps off, and it was like, oh, joke's on you. I'm wearing nothing underneath.
Yeah, it was always, you had to prepare for an outcome when you put the snapsies on.
Just in case.
Yeah.
It's not really jokes on the guy pulling the pants if old buddy's dong is out. It's like, hey, joke's on you.
Depends
bud.
on your dong.
Yeah, it depends on how you feel about yourself, pal.
Yeah, you're right. Depends on how flaccid you might be, but yeah.
Thank you for letting me show this off. I've been waiting.
That would be awesome.
Now, on that note,
it's not even my fault.
Getting them back.
Take the money.
Hold on.
Take a picture. It's the last time. Leaving the bottom two, snapping down at the bottom kind of loose.
Sure.
Always. Those are the days. Malachi gets he's throwback. Guy's old school.
The old school player.
He's fucking snapping his pants.
Yeah.
It's crystal ball boys.
I don't know if they're.
What's that?
Why are they Capri style snaps? I don't understand.
This is their generation. They're always going to do their own shit, this generation. Bryson DeChambeau said, I'm going to be a YouTuber, then fuck off. And that was quite a big statement.
Yeah, it was.
Bryson said, I love, Bryson, massive get for LIV. Massive get. one of the most popular golfers on tour. Obviously, big golf ball whacker guy on tour. Mm-hmm. He was an attraction. He became an incredible YouTube content creator, very relatable. We started learning a lot about DeChambeau, and obviously he takes his talents over to LIV. Was still able to play in the majors. Played the best, I think, out of all the LIV players on a regular basis. Also became the most famous, most relevant in the entirety. Now getting back into the PGA from the LIV seems like something that might not be the easiest, it sounds like, from Bryson DeChambeau's point. He's now just focused on YouTube, bro. So I like that he's just potentially, is he just viewing himself as a retired golfer? I'm just a content creator, and then he'll get to play in the majors and then just kind of keep it moving, and this is his life now because he's already been paid $200 million from his last tour?
It's a great question. I believe this was like he said if LIV folded, so obviously we'll still have to see what's happening there. I would love to see how he would fare if he only did YouTube golf and then played the majors. Feels like something that probably wouldn't go well. This is a guy who did the crime and doesn't want to pay the time. Okay, that's kind of what Bryson's doing here. He wants everyone drop your egos, but he's not willing to pay any concessions for what he did. Okay, everyone's going to drop their egos except for Bryson. Okay, have fun hitting balls over your house and in little red cups, and then see how it fares at the majors.
Geez, sounds like you're pretty passionate about this. Did not expect that. I love when he was chipping it over his house 21 days or whatever it was. I enjoyed the content. Him showing up at majors, being able to play well will certainly be a question mark. That's kind of been the LIV story of this whole thing. You guys got paid a lot of money. Do you still care about golf? DeChambeau has done well, and I think if he was to just go YouTube, he'd feel like he'd be representing the YouTube golfers out there in the majors.
He came here. Some in the back of the Thunderdome.
He was. He did.
I can't believe you're saying this about Bryce. But he'll be back in the PGA.
Yeah, he's one of the 5 guys we talked about earlier, like that Cam Young mentioned. There's a handful of people. He's one of them. Now, if John Rahm says that his contract is pretty tough to get out of till 2029, I'm assuming Bryson DeChambeau's contract is the exact same. So if there's just a little inkling of $LIV where there's 25 people going to a muni and they're going to put on some sort of tournament, which is kind of what I'm expecting at this point, and they're going to pour about $5 million into it over the next 3 years, he's going to be there with John Rahm playing.
What's that, Bruce raising his hand in the back with some clarification maybe?
Very close.
If PIF is pulling out, who's like enforcing LIV's side of the contract, and won't they eventually run out of money for lawyers to enforce said contract?
Louis Vuitton, Travis Scott.
Yeah, they have a CEO.
Yeah.
Scott O'Neal.
Is Bryson really shocked? Bryson said he was shocked that Piff pulled out. Really?
He said there's communication.
This guy's got no.
It was described.
What are you talking about? Everybody was told that they were in it to win it.
Described as a bottomless pit.
It doesn't matter if you have $7 quadrillion. You don't want to keep dumping trillions and billions into it and not getting any return.
That's kind of what we were.
Especially if you have $7 quadrillion, you're not worried about.
Especially when there's a force majeure situation.
Yes, you are.
But it did feel as if they kind of changed it all. It feels like they kind of changed it all. Because at the beginning, this was kind of the money that they had over there. They said it was golf, but louder.
There's no way you could do this again.
And they said, we will support you.
Okay, I'm watching it.
They put everything in there. $5 billion worth in there.
Yeah.
And they said, you got it, everything you possibly need. We're going to go ahead and do golf, but louder.
Zoom that in.
And here
Are you jamming in with your other fingers? Why do you jam in with your thumb?
Doing?
I jam in, whatever you want.
Don't cover your mouth. You put it in your mouth?
No problem. You take all that money.
Watch this.
And now what are you left with? Piff said, we're out. So LIV's got.
Oh! Whoa.
Holy shit.
Where'd it go?
Wow.
Where'd it go? No, sleep. No. Nothing.
It's gone.
It's gone. Money's gone.
All the golfers.
So maybe we'll get DeChambeau back in PGA because they won't be able to uphold the contract because they're supposed to pay him a certain amount of money. So maybe it'll be a breach on their end. Maybe Rombo won't be able to get a paycheck from LIV who doesn't have the PIF backing, so that's a breach on their end. And maybe the boys are welcome back into the PGA after they go ahead and groundskeep a little bit.
Yeah.
And maybe we got all the best golfers battling every single weekend at every single PGA tournament. That is possible, and I like that.
That'd be cool.
That'd be the one.
Is Piff still doing boxing?
We're hopeful.
What's that?
Are they still doing boxing?
Yeah, Zuffa's still going. Ring Magazine's still going.
Well, I didn't know if they're going to pull out of that, too.
Probably down the road.
Turkey is separate from this PIF venture.
Okay.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
He's operating on his own accord as long as the Crown Prince, God bless him, allows him to do so.
Okay.
And they didn't say that they're going to, they basically said, we're done with this. We're not done with, I think. Right? Didn't they know what they said? They said,
like
this one not. Yeah. They handed over the production of that thing to some doofus. I mean, I don't know who it was. I assume it was somebody. That was the dumbest shit.
I mean, absolutely.
How do you put all that money into the thing and then just hand it over to a?
I think they actually thought the live events would carry it, and it's like, no, you need a TV copy that people watch, and
where all the money
thousands
is.
and hundreds and millions of people watch. It made no sense. And I love Bryson and his YouTube career, and I love all YouTubers out there. I genuinely do. I need him on Sundays. I don't care about his YouTube career.
Yeah, I need him to do that.
Boom.
The tracker. Oh, a little left. Way left. Then you got DeChambeau. Come on. Talking to his guy. Brand new club. He just 3D printed in a clubhouse hours beforehand. It got approved, thanks.
Yeah, actually takes longer. Okay.
Stupid question.
You want to make some picks for tonight's games, AJ? Huh? You got.
Let's do it.
You got in the NHL. You got the Canadiens and the Sabres. Game 1. That's going to be electrifying. Obviously, Conman just talked about how he can't wait to see what the Blade Boys are up to there in Buffalo. Who do you like? How do you like it, AJ?
I mean, I have a hard time picking against the Blade Boys, so give me Buffalo here for sure at home.
Yeah, D-Bud, your thoughts?
I'm Buffalo as well.
Blades.
Toxitone.
Blades.
Conman.
Oh man, I hate to say it, but I might go Canadians.
Didn't you just say you can't wait to ride
I
alongside?
can't wait, but yeah, La Habitant just have something going about him and Marty St. Louis. But hey, look, we're all winners because that place is going to be fucking crazy.
I'm going to take the Sabres, obviously. I'm not a psychopath. Let's go Ducks at Golden Knights. 9:30 on TNT. This is going to be one of those flashlight ones that's going to kind of get you in the third period. Who do you like? How do you like it, AJ?
I'm riding with Torts here in the Golden Knights for sure.
They're up 1-0 in the series. D-Bud?
I'll pick the Golden Knights as well.
Tone?
They're a bit of a wagon right now, so yeah.
Okay, you like the Knights as well. And
I mean,
Conman?
quack it up, dude. I'm taking the Ducks.
I appreciate you saving
Like
the
it.
graphic. I love everything about it. Golden Knights, obviously, playing the best hockey they have played. The Lorax, though, for the Ducks. I don't think he's going to lose after that happened last.
I mean, it was 1-1 with 5 minutes left, so it was good. It was good hockey.
I'll quack with you. Let's go with them. Let's go to the NBA playoffs tonight. Sixers at Knicks. Obviously, that went from 7.5 to 10.5 immediately upon Joel Embiid being ruled out this evening with hip and knee.
Yeah.
Hip and ankle stuff happening with him. Obviously, he's a giant of a man. It's tough to. I don't know how he does anything. I don't know how Wemby does anything, which we'll talk about here in a second. And then the Knicks, obviously, on fire. Ben Stiller back in the building, we assume. And obviously, Celebrity Row going to be electric. Who do you like? How do you like it, AJ?
I'm going to ride with the Knicks at home, even though Ben Stiller will be there in the front row cheering him on. I don't think he will be bad luck, but 10.5 feels like a lot, but I'll take the Knicks to cover.
Okay, you got Knicks minus 10.5. D-Butts.
Yeah, it shouldn't feel like a lot after that ass whooping they just put on them, but I'm sticking with the Sixers. I think they cover tonight.
Sixers plus 10.5, says D-Bud. Let's go to the toxic table. Tone, who do you like?
Yeah, basketball gods. Tyrese Maxey's got the ball in his hands a lot more this game. Give me the Sixers.
Okay, Sixers. Both guys on the stage thus far. Connery, is that a clean sweep?
No, I'm taking the Knicks minus 10.5.
Yeah, me too. I will take the Knicks minus 10.5. And then let's go Timberwagons, a little bit of a buzzsaw, taking on the San Antonio Spurs. Perk calls this a must-win game for San Antonio because you think you're going back to Minnesota and getting a win? Yeah, right.
Luck.
Timberwolves rolling. AJ, who do you like? How do you like it? As the Spurs are favored by 10.5.
Yeah, I love everything about Ant-Man and what he's doing, but I'm taking the Spurs here minus 10.5 at home.
D-Bud?
Damn, I'm torn on this.
Bounce back game. Bounce back game.
After Perk got me. I'm going to go to Spurs. Spurs bounce back. You're right. They win, and they win big at home.
Okay, Spurs minus 10.5.
They win, but they don't cover. Spurs.
Like the Wolves?
Yeah, Wolves plus 10.5.
That's a twofer there from Tone, from Hammer. Dahn, Conman.
Yep, with them. Close game, Wolves cover. Spurs win.
Can we see Ant getting taken out in the fourth quarter to rest?
No.
Spurs up.
Oh, well, yeah, if they're up a ton.
Does this become one of those?
If they're up 20, yeah.
In my mind, I just saw that.
A bounce back game for the Spurs, I think.
I don't love that I just saw that, but everything tells me about Wemby is he would not let that they're going to go crazy, I think.
I mean, definitely take the Wemby points tonight. If we're talking point bets, he went 0 for 8 from 3 last time. That won't happen again. You can count on his points tonight.
Fucking Gobert is tough, man.
Gobert cannot cover outside the paint. So hopefully if
27,
Wemby can hit
27?
one or two of those threes.
So tonight's spreads are both double digits.
Yep. Not good for ball.
I believe in Ant-Man. Give me Ant-Man. Give me Ant-Man plus 10.5.
Okay.
What am I talking about? For 2 hours, I talk about how much I fucking love the guy.
Mm-hmm.
And then what, he's going to let them just get blown out?
You like Wemby too?
It's an alien.
But Wemby's never been here.
But you don't have
9
to
lob dunks tonight.
You don't have to like Wemby like 10.5 times more.
You can just like him to get points.
I think they should have called timeout with 7.2 seconds left. I think it should have went to the front court, and I think they should have had Wemby go like this and tip it in and go to overtime. That's what I think they should have done at the end of the game. Instead, they get a wide open 3. They miss it. They should have won that game in their eyes, probably.
Probably.
The crowd will be in it.
They'll always be in it. Great crowd. Probably
Give me the
best
Spurs minus
basketball
10.5.
crowd.
Let's get out of here. Be a friend, tell a friend something nice. It might change your life. We're in this thing together. AJ, great show out of you today, pal.
Good job, guys. You too.
Are we hoisting a Canada today? Paul Skeens pitching?
Skeens day.
How's Shohei doing? Shohei's still pitching.
Shohei's pitching really well. He's not hitting very well.
Oh, so if Ty was here, Ty would say this is kind of what we're talking about. Nobody's been able to really do both at super high level. It's just not possible. That's what Ty would say.
I believe Shohei said, like, if I was hitting better, I assume I'd be hitting on pitching days, but he's not. So,
and that's because he's focusing more on pitching because he is a pitcher and he's up for the fucking award.
Yeah, he's pitching
mowing guys.
Very, very good.
I mean, that thing's moving, sweeping. See you later.
He made Altuve look real bad.
It's got like a .7 ERA.
Somebody on the internet said Altuve missed by an entire Altuve.
Yeah, I believe
Two
that was,
Altuves.
believe
Two
that was pitching
Altuves.
ninja.
I mean, that's what the internet says. Because Altuve is not the biggest guy, but it was certainly a big old whiff on it. Here it is right here. This is from Pitching Ninja. Yeah, he missed it.
Oh, that's the shit I'm looking at. Yeah.
Somebody actually put.
Oh, look at that movement.
Instead of a bat, they put Altuve in his hands and had him swing himself. And it was.
He's still a strike.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, I mean, that's what the internet. Altuve, great hitter. We know that.
Mm-hmm.
We've seen him running the bases. We've seen him coming home a lot. We've talked about that.
Champ.
Over the last few years. Shohei, though, unbelievable. I think his bat will heat up.
Yeah, of course.
For sure.
All right, we appreciate you all for allowing us to do this for a living. It is a joy. We are in the middle of Up to Something season. There's a lot of things cooking right now. It's all crazy. And it only happens because of you. Can I get a little bit more faith whenever these next couple announcements roll out from you? You know, because it feels like some Up to Something seasons I get like really proud of and we get like really happy about. And a lot of things have gone into it. And then all of a sudden when it gets announced, some of you use it as a way to just attack me as a human. And I'm like, what the fuck have I done? So if I could have a little bit more faith, if we could have a little bit more faith from all of you,
they won't.
We will continue to be wildly grateful for all of you as we as a team, us and you, are doing cool shit for sports. We're very lucky and thankful to do it all. You are the best. Thank you for letting us do this. Be a friend, tell a friend something nice. It might change your life. D-Buck, great work this week.
You too, brother.
Safe travels.
Thank you.
Safe travels.
Thank you.
Team on me. Team on 3. 1, 2, 3. Team. Goodbye.